Shopify, you can start.
Okay, test 1 2. Hello, everybody. Sorry if the stream here started a little bit later than we're supposed to. Very sorry I had to encourage my dog to try and go poop. But don't you worry, stay here because I really got the scoop. Oh, I got it for you, everybody. I've had this theory for a long time, and every clue is just pointing to my theory here. So thank you, everybody, for watching. Hopefully, even though there's nobody on the live right now, hopefully people are going to be able to see this in the future. I'm used to seeing my webcam somewhere else, so sorry if I don't look you straight in the eyes and I look there. At least chat is here. What I'm working on is right here, and you guys are right in the middle. So I want you to be right in the middle of my thoughts right now, because I really thought that I put it together. That I put it together. This is a place where it all happened. I got it. Smoking gun is gonna be revealed. Make sure to stay tuned. Let me know how you feel. Do you think you know what happened? Just like me, do you have something, a theory? We're gonna have to talk about this. We got a lot of time. I got Google Earth, and I'm gonna show you everything that I think that happened. I've made a video on this. All right, I've made other live streams. Not too many people attended, but hopefully with a better thumbnail, I can get a better reaction. So hopefully we're gonna have some people to drop on by so that I'm not just talking, but having a discussion with everybody. In the future, if you want to hook up and you want to talk about this with me, or you want to prove or disprove my theory, I'd be glad to talk about it. That's all I want to do is talk about it. We all got to put our thoughts out there. The more thoughts we have out there, the more we'll be able to gather clues about everything that has happened and that is happening and that could happen. In a lot of senses, in a lot of ways. I am working, I'm working on making a cool video that's going to explain my theory. And people will go back to this live, hopefully. All right? So hopefully, if you guys are coming back and are seeing this live, well, thank you very much for dropping by. All right, make sure to leave some comments. I do have another video out there. Make sure to go watch it. All right, I got lots of gaming stuff. All right, so that's why YouTube may not be sharing my live. So if you want more people that can talk about this, share it with other people. That's exactly what I'm gonna do right now. All right, just give me 1 second here. All right, so I need to, where can I copy? What if I do this and I do that? That doesn't do nothing. Okay. Give me a moment here. I would like to share my stream. So, let me do a little something here. Give me a little moment to organize my stuff here. Okay, so I'm just gonna copy the link here, and I'm gonna head over to I had a page open earlier, I think. Yeah, Twitter. Okay, I already had Twitter on. There you go. Hopefully, we'll be able to gather a lot more people here, all right? I really need to get the word out there, people. Let's just see if the link is good. All right, the link is good. The link is good. We're live. We're live. We're jamming. We're popping. Hopefully, we're going to have a lot of reactions here, right? So, of course, this is not just a tease. I really want I really want my theory to pass with ease, all right? I know I rhyme, I do it automatically all the time, all right? But I do got things that I want to say, all right? I have researched this as best as I can. I've tried to figure out what happened on this piece of land. I could not find anything besides a couple of clues that just once again put everything together. I've actually asked ChatGPT a lot of questions on this issue, and I find that everything matches. Everything that has happened, everything that we're talking about, all comes back to this point on the map. If you'd like to disprove my theory, go ahead. But I've been talking to a lot of people, all right? And I gotta get it out of my head. How about I place you guys back where you guys used to be? Just give me 1 second. Hold on. This is gonna cause way too much of a distraction for me, okay? So just let me... Okay, I was on a tripod to sort of give you a different angle here. But I'm too used to this one, all right? So that's good. I was on a tripod. You were a little closer. Okay, just let me adjust a couple of things here. Okay, I'm very sorry for my acne, guys, all right? All right, so you guys are there. I'm used to you guys being over there. That's way better for me, all right? Whoa, I just saw what happened. All right. So hopefully we're going to be able to create a good discussion here, all right? We're just getting started. Nobody has actually joined. I'm just trying to give a little bit of time for maybe people to join on in. You know, make sure to fast forward when the screen is going to change. All right. Hopefully in time, this will make an interesting video also. So who knows? Yeah, maybe I should be recording this at the same time. All right. Let's go. Okay, so I started the recording at least. If I can make an interesting video out of this, who knows? Have a good morning, everybody. Oh, so I'm taking my music from royalty free on somebody on YouTube, Techno Axe. All right, I think I mentioned him almost everywhere, as much as I can. I don't always do it, as much as I can. So we're listening to his music right now. All right, Techno Axe, and the music sort of puts you in the mood. You know, I gotta be honest. Gotta be honest with you. All right, so I did propose different theories to ChatGPT. What would happen if a 50-kilometer wide asteroid would hit the Earth? What happened if 100-kilometer wide? What's the difference? What is the difference between 50 kilometers and 100 kilometer? What's the difference in velocity? Right? What would happen? There are so many different things that ChatGPT came out with, so I tried to make the best model that I could. And the impacts are just devastating, as we've talked about them. All right? So I wrote a couple of things here. And since nobody is on, just going to tell you a couple of things, all right? So we're arriving forward. The impact of a 50-kilometer wide asteroid on a 2-kilometer thick ice shelf. Introduction. In the vast expanse of the cosmos, we got to think that the Earth faces cosmic threats. All right, from meteor showers to potential asteroid impacts. They're out there. However, what if a colossal... Okay, let's start it. Let's start this here. What if a colossal 50-kilometer wide asteroid hurling through space were to collide with Earth's surface? But instead of striking solid ground, it encounters a formidable 2-kilometer thick ice shelf. Now, this essay delves into the chilling hypothetical scenario of such an event and explores the catastrophic consequences it would unleash. All through the impact with the ice shelf might mitigate some immediate effects. The aftermath would still lead to significant global repercussions. All right. So my theory is that the asteroid hit the 2-kilometer wide, thick ice shelf that was in the northern part of Canada. And I'll be able to show you exactly where in just a few moments. Let's just hope that more people join in, because I want to make this a discussion. It is a theory that I have put out there. All right. In my essay that I have made with the help of ChatGPT, all right? It's just what would happen if it would help. I did not name exactly where it would be, but I really think that I found it, ladies and gentlemen. And I want you guys to be there with me, all right? I think Google Earth should be running here. All right. Welcome. Welcome to Earth. We are North America, Canada, now the ice shelf used to cover a huge portion of North America. Just like in the time, back in the day, where we have tundra right now in northern part of Russia, there is still an ice shelf. Tundra is earth over ice. Now, what brought all this earth there? Well, just a huge impact with an asteroid coming from east to west at an angle I do not know, but that hit the northern part of Canada. Now, I think that the 2-kilometer thick ice shelf is what saved us. And that's the difference between this asteroid and the one that killed the dinosaurs. The one that killed the dinosaurs, from everything that I've been learning, has fallen here somewhere. Do we see any signs of that? It's barely visible right now through Google Earth. Why? Because it's been so long. It's been millions and millions of years, right? But what crater do we see here on Earth that is so perfect that has fallen 12,000 years BC? This round semicircle, I think, is where it landed. I think that this is a fresh crater. Now, we can see there are a lot of clues, and we'll go through them throughout this live stream, which once again, no one is here, and it might reset my YouTube analytics. Guys, I'm taking a huge risk here. This is a gaming channel, and I'm just, instead of doing gaming, I'm doing science. So YouTube won't share my stuff, and after that, it might reset all the analytics, guys. So I need your support on the video that I made earlier about this. Okay. Now, we do see that it came from east to west. Now, it came in at huge impact and instantly melted and vaporized 2 kilometers worth of ice and provoked a huge fracture on the ice shelf. Like huge fracture. I honestly think that this was all one landmass. This was a part of all of that, all right? This used to be all closer. Now, with the impact that was so huge, I think that it actually cracked right here. It cracked the mantle. Asteroid came in. Now, there is a video explaining All right, that the right at the center here, all right, they can't explain why, but the soil is coming up 1 inch every year. Now, if you calculate through 10,000 years, it would explain if something landed. And there's a huge there's a huge mass down here that changes gravity. There's something there that changes gravity, and they don't know. I know it's the asteroid that is still stuck in the mantle there somewhere. Now, there was all this vapor and all this ice shelf eventually melted, but the huge impact of that all came flashing down. This created this huge crevasse. It cracked the mantle right here, also provoking James Bay. Now this is Hudson Bay up here. There is almost no perfect semicircles anywhere on Earth. Now also, if you know anything about geology, this here is a master clue. This can only happen if there is magma, or there's something very hot that is able to move and squish together, and it gives you a direction of where it's from. So there is something absolutely huge that is stuck inside here. Now I'm trying to see on everything that I can, is there any... Hold on, let me put down the music here just a bit. From all the research that I could gather, I'm telling you, everybody, there's nothing that explains this. This could be a huge volcano. All right, it is not just erosion. You cannot just blame this on erosion, ladies and gentlemen, because there's something way too big that came in, that hit, that cracked everything, and that provoked this huge mass of water to come flushing down. We can see the impact of this in the Lake Superior. What is there? Internal flows that through millions and millions of years would have caused these sort of internal rapids in sort of the lake. No, this was caused by a huge mass of water just ripping through everything here. And we can see, okay, that something interrupted this. All right, we can see all the devastation. Everything can be explained. Why does it go Lake Michigan? Why does it follow this path? It follows this path. Why? Because all the water came down the Mississippi River. I think that this is where it finished. We can clearly see the rocks to the side, right? Look at the rocks to the side. What happens through a river or a mudslide, all right? The biggest things get caught up in the side, and whatever's liquid finishes more at the end. And look at the rocks that are right at the end. Let's say that this was the old shelf. Well, it just came tumbling over the old shelf. All up in here, if we're going to find anything that has to do with either different, if humans were there before, or traces of buildings or different metals or whatever, it's all stuck in here. And we can clearly see that this sort of acted like mud. There was air trapped in here. Ladies and gentlemen. You don't see... Okay, I tried to look for different places where this sort of concept would happen, all right? And it's very, very hard to locate on Earth. This happens in mud. I see this all the time here. We have water, we have lakes that overflow, and that sometimes there's mud. And then when there's air pockets in mud, if it all gets tumbled, right? A huge wave just tumbles and smashes through the ocean. There's going to be lots of air stuck through that mud. And in it, when it finally, and everything that was liquefied and all that, so there's molten material. It must be super hot. It's what I'm guessing. Not guessing, it's what I'm thinking, that this material that first came out was really, really hot. Then we had all the effects of the water that just took I'm not going off of myself. I'm going off of what I've heard and what I've seen in different videos of people talking in scriptures, that this might have taken a week for all of the ice shelf on Canada here, because this provoked so much heat and so much vapor. I really find that this is where the debris field is. And I find that the erosion might be a little bit different, okay, than other places in the world. I find that this is fresh erosion. This is sand that is being eroded. I think that all the debris that came in, the water and the dust and all that, all came over here and all went up in the sky. We got to think that there's a lot of material that just got vaporized, part of the asteroid, but mainly part of the Earth, part of the ice shell that instantly got vaporized. So I think that that's what accounts for a lot of ocean rise. It's all that water that came up and that probably, that put water everywhere, and that a huge wave of water went all over the world, and dust. And that's what provoked the tundra here up in Russia. Since the jet stream, it goes from west to east, right? It takes the wind from British Columbia and brings it to, oh, shoot, we got to flip this back here. All right, let's go back. Sorry about that. No. Where are we? I'm lost. Okay, Australia. Okay, we're under clouds, that's why. We're in Antarctica. We're really not at the right place. Well, it changed the climate all over the world, right? I don't want to be this crooked. All right. Sorry about that. Okay, now we can see that lots of water, okay, all the water that was melting from the ice shelf, that's all the water and everything that provoked huge devastation for the water. Traces of that are down here. Like I've been saying, there was a huge deposit there. Something liquid came out of the Mississippi, and I don't think that this is just the accumulation with time, as they say here. This is a place where lots of sediments come out, and I get that, but I don't think that that's what caused this. I think that this really came in one shot. So it was a mix of trees, of matter, of everything, animals. If there was people there, everything is in here. I think that lots of things are also stuck. The answer lies right here. The answer lies in this place right here. I wanted to try to... Okay, this is how I rotate. Sorry, everybody. Okay. Okay, it came from est. I don't know what angle it was exactly, but I do know it came in like that on the mantle. All right. So here we see explosion, right, on this side, on the back side. And on this side, we see a cracked mantle right here. It pushed it down. And this is the rest of Canada, what we see up here. So it provoke all that debris to launch up, probably up into space, and then come back down through all of northern Canada. All right, and the debris of the dust went all over the world, as they see in the scriptures. Now, I do find also that probably all the northern part of Canada was more locked in together, but the shock wave of this, just like the balls that go one towards the other, just like the balls that go one towards, and that gives the shock to the end here, I think that that's what happened to the northern part of Canada. Now, the shock wave that came all the way to Alaska was maybe not strong enough to give that impact, but I think that this absolutely just devastated. I think that Hudson Bay was actually one landmass, and this asteroid that hit explains what happened. And I do think that this is what saved us from the same consequences as the dinosaurs. So make sure to leave your comments, guys. We're here to create a discussion, but all the clues align. All the clues align. Nobody yet has been able to disprove the theory that I have that this is what happened. You know, why do we have a tundra? First of all, has tundra always been an ice shelf that has soil on it, let's say? Or was that once clear? When they say that the ice shelf here that we had on northern Canada that was 2 kilometers thick, did it have a deposit? Was it like a tundra? Right? Or was it a bare ice shelf? Right? Where it was very cold? Because maybe before there was tundra in northern part of Russia, maybe it was a clear ice shelf. I really think that it was a clear ice shelf that is very, very, very thick, and that the debris that's on top of that is the debris that has accumulated from this impact. I think that what is melting right now is in Russia. What is melting right now, there are some spots that are melting faster than others, but is the ice shelf that is melting. But the ice shelf has melted here in northern Canada. We have there is tundra also, right? There is tundra also, and there's a layer on top. Now, is it the vestige? Is it what's left of the 2 kilometer thick ice shelf? Is that, you know, because it did, I think that it burned a lot and became sort of this huge volcano, more or less, you know, molten. But since everything was cold, I don't think that it took 100 years to stop being red hot. You know, I think that it became more or less in a solid upper state. I think it maybe took, I don't know, anywhere from 0 to 10 years. Now, the videos that I've seen, the magnetism is different. All right. In my other video, in my other live stream, I do make sure to cover that video. And I think that I did put the link in there. Anyways, I hope it's common use. I hope you guys are having a great day. YouTube is not going to share this, but I do have to share my thoughts, and hopefully, just with maybe no cuts in this video here, in this live stream, I could make an interesting video. But I do think that the majority of the water that, you know, lots of water got vaporized on the spot, and that went all over the world, that provoked the huge rains, right? That would explain that if all of this mass, all right, that's in northern Ontario, northern Manitoba, northern Quebec, and in Nunavut here, if all of this was ice, that would explain the rain, all right? And all the heat that it provoked melted a lot that was around, and temperatures around the world, which would explain the water that came rising up, right? Tidal waves all over the world, an impact this big, I have calculated. And let's go and calculate here with you guys right now, okay? I think it's 450 kilometers. Okay, I'm just going to go from tip to tip. Okay, around 444, let's say 450 kilometers. And this isn't a perfect, like, we can go even more, but the Earth split here. But this circle is so perfect, ladies and gentlemen. I have always asked myself since I was a kid, why is it so perfect? When we take a look here, there is a 10 to 12 kilometer, all right, ring here. There is the ring there. That's the crater right there. That's the crater ring. All right, that's where the explosion in the back of the asteroid, where everything just exploded. That's 12 kilometers. I was just vaporized and everything. I think one of the biggest clues is right in here. This is the mountain that one day I would like to explore because it definitely explains everything. Now, when we take a look at this, ladies and gentlemen, everything gives me the impression that everything is on an angle because all of the rocks are all smooth on one side. You will see smooth on one side, and on the other side they are layers. And I think that this rock right here, I would like to visit this one. All right, but the rocks seem less jagged, always on this angle. All right, this angle always looks smooth, and we can say that it's erosion, but I definitely think that the impact just caused everything just to go, right? The force of the impact just shredded the rock, and I think that right here, there should be a huge drop. Let's put it on topographical. Do we have topographical map on this? Okay, I think I already took it out. Fly to your location. Map style. Grid lines, no. No, it doesn't have topographical, right? Okay, never mind that. So this island is definitely one that I would like to see. But here you go, another example. Right here, smoothness of the rock, then jagged edges, because there was a mountain there, buddy, or there was a hill there, there was something there, and it just got shredded. Once again, we see the smoothness, right? We see the smoothness. And then we see the jagged edges at the back, always pointing to the same direction, ladies and gentlemen. It's always pointing to the center of the crater, right? Look at here. We do not have a clear image here. Once again, ladies and gentlemen, what do we see? Clear on one side, but jagged. Jagged. Everywhere I look, it is all I see. All I see is proof, and you guys have to see it also. What can cause? This is all molten material from the earth that came and squished together, and it is giving us a direction. This is giving us a direction of impact. It came in the earth and came bouncing back. Now, this was all molten material. The earth came bouncing back, right? Layer after layer, year after year, or I don't know. That was just my dog. He wanted to come say hi. His name is Shooter. This is one day where I wish to be filming to show you the proof that something devastating happened. Something just huge happened. Here we see once again the direction. We see the smoothness of the rocks and then the jagged edges. And if we go back farther, same thing. Now, this can definitely be due to erosion. Okay, I give you that, but it's all showing us direction, ladies and gentlemen. It's all showing us. Let's go. When we go too far, I don't like to think that I'd like to think that the impact, once the meteor hit, the impact there with the rocks would just be shaven. The force would dissipate after a while, would not on the earth be able to shred mountains as far. So I think that the impact crater where that happened is definitely clear and visible. It is a 12-kilometer stretch, and all the rocks all face the same direction. They all face the direction of the crater. Now here there is snow, but it is at jagged edges. It goes smooth, then it stops jagged. Why do you think that the snow only is in one direction? Is because when the sun is more to the west, it shows where the jagged edges are. Now, what is a direction? They're showing kind of like a bow. All right, they're all showing us a direction, and you need to know where did that come from. It came from right over here. All right. Even if we go more in the north here, the jagged edges will be showing you once again the direction where it's from. Come on, Google. Help us out here a little. Show us the direction of impact. That's what we want to see. Make it clear for the people like you and me. All right, right here. The first clear rocks that we see. What do we see? We see flatness, then path. When there's erosion, all right, it creates coastlines, but are the coastlines always like that? Throughout the whole coast, there's waves here, ladies and gentlemen. You know, okay, this has provoked a beach, all right, but what would cause all of this? This is snow. Okay, this isn't a beach, but it caused these. Let's go see a big mountainous area if we can in that. All right. So if you go back here, once again, look at this big. We can see that this edge here is more jagged, all right? So maybe the shock came more from. We can see, once again, this is the angle at which it came in. We can see the devastation of just rocks being shredded. Right now here, what did we say is that the impact, right? The direct impact where it hit right here. But the impact was more to the south. So southwest, I think that would explain the angle of these rocks here. Remember, we're more at the top here right now. All right, so it's telling us maybe over here, something happened right over here. Look at that. These rocks are showing right where it hit. Right where it hit. Right at the top. I want you guys to let me know. I had the chat box open all of the time. I don't know if it's going to be. I could maybe cut it out here. But that's a theory that I propose, ladies and gentlemen. It cracked the mantle here, and this part of the mantle went down. Right? Went down. So this provoked magma, right, to come flushing in. Plus, there's the asteroid here, and this wants to come back up. The Earth wants to replace itself. That's when we're seeing that. I think that this actually here, this is material, new material from down in the Earth. This is the first material that came out after the impact. Why? Because it's the first to arrive up, right? And then after that consequence, the next magma that rose and that solidified came up. So I actually think that here, right here at the beginning of Bleacher Islands, all right, Tukarak Island right here is the first of the mantle that came back up. My dog just farted in the background. I got a German Shepherd, so when he lets go, he'll know. I do hope to at least get credibility for this discovery. But it's just putting the pieces together and getting the message out there. So make sure to share what you're seeing right now. Everything makes sense. All the clues line up together. Why devastation all around the world? Because this had an impact. It brought all the ice, all the oceans, all the shockwave. It created huge tsunamis all over the world that came rushing over continents, whole continents through Russia, and that came over probably over the North Pole, and that just came rushing through Sweden, Belarus, Ukraine, Turkey, and that just came in, and that just flooded Africa, just flooded it. And I think that the wave came. Oh, let's reposition ourselves here. I think that the wave came in from the north, and why do I think that? Is that it is directly from the shock. There is sort of a line, and I think that the best, we can definitely see the huge mass of water came rushing in from the north. We can see that. And if before the Sahara was a lush place, and I do really think that the pyramids are maybe the entrance to a huge civilization that used to live there, but that was wiped out. And why is it sand? Because the huge amount of water that came in just ripped everything And that just shrumbled everything, and that brought it to the smallest molecules that it could. Rock, sand, and everything just got flushed. And I think that it just got flushed into the ocean. And that's why do we not see these lines stretch as much here? I think that the debris field is laid down, but not as thick as what we saw in Northern America that came down to the Mississippi. I think that this was a huge landmass, and it just, since everything was, there was too much water there, everything died. There was trees there, there was lakes there, but nothing survived. Everything was drowned, and we can see the direction. We can plainly see the direction. Why do people refuse to see the direction that it followed? Okay, we can plainly see that everything came rushing through this place right here. And if Atlantis was here, it would explain why Atlantis went down in the sea. It didn't actually go down. It's the water that rose up. And just that came flushing everything. If you want to find traces of Atlantis, it's going to be in the debris field that's going to be at Udwani and all these places that you see here. You can definitely see, okay, that a different kind of, there was a channel here before. We can definitely see that. I don't know why people do not see that there was a channel here. Was this a channel that could bring you to Atlantis before? All right, now if you're going to search for the vestiges, we really got to think that everything was crumbled up. Okay, this is a huge disaster, ladies and gentlemen. And this explains that. It's exactly what explains this. All the clues, they link up together. All right, I don't want to cry, but I'm just trying to get my theory out there. All right, and I hope that you guys can definitely understand that this had implications all around the world. What happened to the atmosphere also was incredible. I have terms here. Well, I got so many terms. I tried to write an essay here. If you guys want the essay, make sure to leave it in the comments, okay? So this is going to stop the recording. I hope that this is going to make an interesting video. Hopefully I'll be able to cut it to make something a little interesting here. But I'm going to continue the live. I'm going to give it another hour here. So a 2-hour long live. I hope it's not going to be too long for you guys to listen to. So thank you very much for listening in. All right, I'll see you guys later. Okay, so we're continuing with the live stream here. Hopefully some people are going to be locking in. But if you have any comments, make sure to tell them. I'm open to your suggestions. I really do think that this explains everything. I think that one of the biggest traces that we could have is that a second deposit came rolling in also. And we can definitely see that here. I think that this is one of the deposits that we find that was deposited here. So the huge wave of water came rushing in and then just deposited it right here. All right, we can see the bigger pieces of rocks that are land that are stuck inside of this rumble. Oh, I do have an interesting theory also. Where is it? Oh yeah, about this space right here. This is definitely something weird right here, and I would definitely like to talk about this. I actually think that there's maybe a huge pyramid, or there's something here. There is definitely a triangle. All right. I think that it's going down to the corner here. More or less something like that. Okay, maybe my triangle is off here. Okay, so with accumulation. Okay, if you think that with time, if the currents are going in this direct, okay, we can clearly see with the Mars-based settlement here, we can see that when the water is coming in, it's coming in from west, okay, and it's what I think here. Okay, maybe I'm wrong. Maybe the water is going from west to east, but I think that the water is going from the Atlantic Ocean inside. Okay, now if whatever direction the water is coming from, I really think that something is stopping. Something right here is stopping, and it is creating this huge delta. All right, so that's another theory that I have there. We can definitely talk about that, but something is stopping all the erosion or all the sand from coming in. You know, when we take a look at currents and all that, if water would be coming in, rushing in from east to west, if it wouldn't, all this massive water is coming, and if it would hit something like this, it would still need to traverse it. So at the top, it would be flowing, and this would create sort of this circle right here, so that the water would recirculate and go out if there's a huge massive current. So I think that that's what's happening right here on both angles, is that it's hitting the corner of maybe a huge pyramid, all right, or a pyramid shaped object, in that it is creating that, because we do not see this sort of perfect circle. But that's another subject. All right, I won't go into that, or we'll go into that one other time. But I definitely think, for my theory here, I definitely think that this is what was accumulated during that big rush of wall of water that came rushing down from the north. All right, this is the impact zone. So just imagine huge liquid coming down here, and of course here up at the northern part of Canada, everything is going towards James Bay. Now, what if that wasn't the case before? What if there was a huge plate in the glaciers, and everything would be flowing from north to west? The water would normally be flowing north to west, and this is the indications that we would see. Because why? If a huge wall of water would be up in the northern part of Canada, it normally came rushing in down the Mississippi and landed right here, ladies and gentlemen. Okay, I'm gonna have to take a small pause, and I'll be right back. All right. Okay. Thank you very much. My dog was farting so much, I just wanted to make sure he didn't have to go poop, but it was just little farts. So we're good. All right. So this is going to be the second portion. This is going to be my thoughts. My thoughts. You know, we have to think throughout all of the coastlines. There is one thing that is different. I do think that a huge wave came in, all right, and that devastated all of this western coast. Now, a huge wave came in from west to east, and also on this side, it came from the north to the south. So I really think that southern part of America was just wiped out by huge tidal waves, but coming from two different directions, and that just totally spilled out right over here. This is where it spilled out. Now, this is a spill out. Okay, if it was going from west to east, this is a spill out here. So maybe the first shock came from north to south, deposited here. Then it came from the west, from the time that the shock wave comes from all around the world, that comes from west to east. This may be a deposit here. So devastation all across the world, and we can see directions of where the water just came rushing through. It had a huge wall here when it came to the mountains, right? When it came to the mountains, but it deposited. As you can see here, the East China Sea is full of deposit, and I think that this is the deposit shelf that we see right here of all the water that came rushing from the mountains and hit these plains here, just came rushing through and just finding places to go towards the ocean. Right? Okay, right here. If a huge tidal wave came from this direction, all right, it's going straight here. It's going straight here, and it's ripping everything. It's ripping everything that's coming here. This is where we'll find the deposit. Now, everything came rushing. This is probably where it used to end, and it all came rushing here. And I think that these are the waves that we're seeing here, is all the debris field that just came rushing right through right here. All right, if a huge wall of water came from northern Russia, all right, we're seeing the traces of that right here. Okay, I know it's erosion, but what forced all of this sediment here, I really think that it's the huge wave that came in. Let's go back to Canada, but let's flip this around. Let's go. Let's go. This is usually a gaming channel, so YouTube will not share this. So hopefully you'll come and see this in the future. In the first part of the stream, I did explain that I think that the asteroid came in from west to east. I don't know what is the degree that it came in. I think it was more or less a degree of 45 degree here, because it had enough velocity to come and crack the mantle so that all this new matter would come flushing in on the side of the asteroid, on top of the asteroid, because this still had a lot of mass, and this was more liquid. All right, so it came up, and we're seeing that the landmass came back up, and that sandwiched itself layer after layer after layer. This crater is fresh, ladies and gentlemen, fresh in terms of this has not been here for millions and millions of years. All right, I definitely find that there are lots of mines in northern Canada. All right, but nobody has actually talked about the exploration of this place for this intention. Now, why do we not see relief here? Why don't we see anything that's three-dimensional too much? Well, here's the big crack. All right, here's the big crack, and this is all basically sedimentary new material that has accumulated. So this, through time, if it came cracked like that, you got to tell yourself that everything came flushing back in, and that equalized itself to be flush with the earth. All right, so that's why we're not seeing mountains here, because this is all fresh earth. This all came in from the earth. What happens if you crack the mantle and the asteroid stays here, stays in that hole? Well, it's going to want to fill itself. So that's what happened here. It filled itself, and we can see the direction. All right, the direction of impact here. Why? Because it all came bouncing back. The earth came bouncing back and created these sort of Oreo shapes that I like to call it, squished them one after the other, creating these lines that we see here. And we can see the direction. Not only does the creator give the direction of impact, but also this here, it shows where everything came back in. Now, the only place that I do not really know, and I think that this is an accumulation, but I think that really the mantle really was really strong here. And with the ice shelf, we got to think that there's a 2-kilometer thick ice shelf that saved us humans, right? Instead of having just hitting the mantle and having just dust, water was mixed with that dust. That is what is important. It wasn't just dust in the air. It came back down as water. And when it came back down as water, it deposited that dust, right? Dust in the atmosphere with every molecule of water is basically a molecule of dust. So when that gets dropped down, so this edge right here, I think that this is probably where the mantle cracked. All right, that's it. That's why we see so much, a big crack here is that a resistance. There was a huge resistance here. Here we got to think that on the bottom of this ice shelf is what we call the Canadian bouclier canadien. I'm sorry, I don't have the English term for that, but it's a series of rocks that were formed millions and millions and millions of years ago with these volcanoes that produced this earth, right? So maybe that part of the earth was stronger, and that really, when it fractured, it did not fracture perfectly. It went in, and we can say basically, yeah, the asteroid came in and a part of the earth, or sort of like if you would hit with a hammer a piece of wood, it would be able to find its way, but maybe a piece of wood would crack down, but it would come back up, you know? Or maybe it just bounced up. I don't know about this corner here, but this is definitely, I think, a crater, and this is where it all ripped. I would really love to be the one that goes there and that films. Maybe if my daughter would ever speak to me again, maybe she'd like to go on this adventure with me. Hopefully it's something that we'll be able to probably make with the Discovery Channel. But we need to get this theory moving. We need to get it out there, all right? Not too many people came in to see the live, and okay, it was expected. I'm doing this until 9 o'clock. After that, I got things to do. I got people to see, and I'll be back probably gaming at noon. So I know that this is really going to screw up the YouTube analytics here. Like a lot. This is really going to screw with them a lot here. Because I am a gaming channel, so it's not sharing. It's not going to share this short, all right? It's not going to share this live. So if you would, I would ask that you'd share this. Okay, this has to get to a couple of people, all right? It needs to go to Joe Rogan. It needs to go to Graham Hancock. It needs to go to also, hold on. Joe Rogan, Graham Hancock. Sorry, not Norton. Graham Hancock. I can't remember the other one here, but I really need you guys to share this. If you're seeing it now, if you're seeing it later, just make sure to discuss this. This is a theory, and everybody that has seen my old video, I don't have any comments, guys, so nobody has been able to disprove my theory. All right. Now, just like on the Joe Rogan podcast here, it is legal for me to do what I am about to do. I will not say, but because I do not want to promote that in any sort of way, and it's not a video about that, but I am a smoker and I will be smoking. All right. I just hate it when people have some white stuff on their mic. Oh, don't you guys just hate that? Oh, okay. So I hope that you guys are watching, maybe having some fun here, at least discovering discovering a new hypothesis, a new theory, if you wish, about what may have happened. I really think I got it, guys. All the clues, they line up together. I'm not dumb. I'm not stupid. Not one or the other. I'm just trying to get my thoughts out there. And I think that's what we got to do. If you got an idea, put it out there. I've done that before. I was on a show called Dragons. Then it's like Shark Tank. I tried to put my invention out in the world. I'm that type of guy. If you have an idea, you got to put it out there. It's for the well of humanity, right? We all got to do our little step, and you never know what your little step might be. So any step that you think that you can make it. Now, another proof that the mantle is cracked is right here, Churchill, North River, all here. If it had cracked right here, this is another reason it cracked right here, and we can also see the direction, right? We can also see a direction with this. Well, it's facing this side. So if the mantle all cracked here, maybe this was another place where it was a bit more, the rock was stronger, and it did not crack here. It cracked. I really think that this was a huge landmass like Russia. And I think that we have maybe the angle, it should be calculated. I think it's maybe a bit southeastern like, right? Maybe what created this, the James Bay, is actually all the material when the mantle cracked, it probably cracked right there too, and created this huge thing that filled the void. Because here, once more, why is everything so flat inside here, right? So I do have a lot of questions. I don't have all the answers, but I think that this is an answer that will be able to solve a lot of questions that people have. So yeah, let me put this back on Google Earth here. So that's my proposed theory, ladies and gentlemen. Children of all ages. And look, we can definitely see that something came rushing in from the north. What would create this? Is this subcurrents, currents down in the lakes that are provoking this through millions of years? No, I really think that this is what happens. All the earth got shred, and we can definitely see that, okay, what makes the rock angle? Everything is angle. Like if something came rushing on this side, once again, rushing on this side, creating this plateau, rushing on this side, just destroying everything and leaving these huge pieces of rock that are still intact. Okay, this huge wall of water. Why is this all flat? Lakes. All right, came and deposited. This is a deposit, ladies and gentlemen. Everything that we see here. All right, especially this. This is what collected most of the matter. Okay, I think that this is one of the biggest pieces, one of the biggest clues to match what happened in the north. Hey, c'est non les woofs. This is mud that had some air trapped in it. Now, what is inside of this mud? Trees, animals, humans, if there was humans there, buildings, anything, and everything got tumbled and made this huge mud on the bottom of the water. You know, everything was getting like a huge tsunami. Well, that came and that rested right here. Everything that was more liquid came here, and it was probably hot. Okay, I think it was maybe hot. And that deposit is itself right here. Now, why also is it a deposit is that the bigger things are left at, if there was a shelf right here, are left here, and if material continues, it's going to clean away all of these rocks here. Okay, so we can definitely see that there's still an angle. All right, so something came rushing this way and just fell off. So material accumulated here was able to go over these rocks, and so we see it's going from north. It's going this direction here. All right, going this direction here. If I would give a picture of like this to somebody, they would say, well, okay, well, this is mud. We can definitely see, and things like this happen in the Arctic when there's ice. And then when the ice falls, it creates these shapes. It kind of looks like a ruby or a diamond, right? Why are these shapes so? And people think that, oh, there's a UFO or something. No, when there's ice here, we can see that the ice, it fractures into quadrants. But when there's mud, let's say that you have mud and you have a mud bubble, and with time, it's going to create a circle. Now, the air is going to find itself through and it's going to flatten. And with time, this is what happens here. Now, the soil is heavy enough so that once there's the bubble of air, right, it's round. Once the air is gone, it goes down and it takes that round part of the bottom of where that air bubble was. These are all air bubbles. If we want to know what happened, also, if there's a way for humans to go dig and hide here, like here where I stay, there's lots of mines. And I know that we do have the technology to dig down, all right, in this part of the earth to create a sort of like an underground mine, but you keep it sealed at a certain place, right? But I do really think that we can have underground mining where you go on the earth's core instead of in the water. But you go there by submarine, let's say, and that submarine latches on and you go from one pod into that mine. But I really do think that the answers, and we can get answers other ways, but I really do think that we'll be able to find a lot of things, a lot of clues inside of here. And also when they're drilling, where are these guys drilling at? I think that this is exactly where they're drilling. I think that that's where they're finding oil. But I think that people think that that was millions of years old, but I think that that's maybe 12,000 years old. That would be an interesting hypothesis, is that if people are getting oil from here, right? And different oil is different everywhere, but what would happen if the oil that they're finding there is all the matter that was contained and that created this oil in these oil pockets, but with the disaster that I'm talking about. So that's something else that I don't know, but I do know that everything came washing down the Mississippi and just came here. This is not, when sediment comes down, it has the time to go molecule by molecule, but you won't have these big pockets of air. What would provoke big pockets of air is just things being tumbled together, like in a blender, water, air, and all that, and mud, and everything is going down. And there's too much mud for the air down there to escape. So the mud goes down. Some air does escape, but lots of mud gets stuck in these bubbles, right? And since everything is going down and it's taken maybe a week to go down, it just creates these air bubbles, and these air bubbles pop. I hope I'm right on this one, ladies and gentlemen. Why? Because I would really love to go and film that. There's lots of mosquitoes, but I really think that there's a chance for me to do something of my life. Either filming it, producing it, cutting it, trying to make something special, produce it. I don't know, man. Anything I can do to promote this idea, because I really think that this is what happened. This crater is not a million years old. This is not a million years old. A million years old, or 10 million years old, or 3 million years old, that is what a crater looks like. This is what the crater that kills the dinosaur. Okay, this is northern part of Aruba. All right, let's just look at Aruba. Okay, find what asteroid or what comet killed the asteroid. Now, if there wasn't any ice there, it would have provoked maybe just the water that was there to be instantly vaporized. Then it hits the mantle, the shelf, and everything gets vaporized into dust right away. It killed. Planetary event. All right. But what if this, I've been trying to calculate it, how big would be the asteroid, and I'm leaving it at 50 kilometers is a small estimate. It is 450 kilometers diameter. So I'm saying 50 kilometers. It may be a 100-kilometer wide asteroid. Let's say 50 to 100. Is that a good estimate? I don't know what what would be the size of what would be the size? First of all, we got to think that there's a 2 kilometer ice shelf on top, but what would be the size of a crater of an asteroid that's 50 kilometers? I don't have those calculations. I'm very sorry. Hopefully there's a mathematician that might be able to watch this video one day and calculate how big would be the asteroid. That would be an interesting model to place with this theory. I really hope to develop that into a working theory one day, and hopefully with your help, everybody that is going to watch this through time, hopefully it's going to be something that that makes sense. I don't think that it's a dumb theory. Everybody that I've talked to, and I'm going to tell you, okay, I'm going to tell you, I was keeping this secret. I was keeping this to myself, and I was sort of biting my nails. Should I do it? Should I not do it? So I just presented this to my daughter. It took maybe 5 minutes. I showed her the little proof that I had, little mountains here and there. And, I discussed this with her. And after that, we talked about something else for about 2 hours. Then she went home. And just before she got home, she turned around and she said, Dad, for what you were talking. I'm like, what? I said, the thing there about the asteroid. I'm saying, I think that you're right. So just that gave me the motivation to put my idea, my theory out there, to not be afraid of ridicule, because I think that this is serious. I don't think that people are going to laugh at me about this, or at least they're going to create a discussion, right? We need to talk about this because all the clues align to this. All the clues align to this. Why did the glaciers melt? Well, this is an idea. All right? They were forced to melt, first of all, at the center of the impact, where the mantle fractured, and after that, with time, it just basically just all disappeared, or what's left is covered by debris, either from ash that came falling down, or rocks that came falling down, or dust or sand, little molecules of dust that came falling down, and that just provoked the northern part of Canada that we see today, northern part of Russia that we see today, and all the vestiges of those huge tidal waves all over the world. But if you calculate the epicenter at this point right here, you'll see that everything makes sense. I'm not crazy. I don't wear Fruit of the Loom underwear. I'm not a loom. I'm not a loon. I'm not a tune. I'm not a noob. Also a geology. I do look for gold here, so I do look for a lot of information on the mines, and I do have to say that there are a lot of fractures here that are unexplained, and they do say it in the reports on mines. There are people that make their whole doctorate degree out of, or their whole university, whatever, out of mines here, right? If they're in geology, some of them come down here from Montreal or from whatever the schools that we have here. But no, I have found no information from what is happening, what you see on screen right now. But there's lots of fractures that happen in the earth, and lots of them are around 14,000 years ago. The number around 14,000 years here in the researches that I've done, in the geology reports that I've seen, in the mines that I've seen, there's always fractures that happen. There's always fractures that happen, and I can understand that when there's earthquakes and stuff like that, Earth shifts. But what if a huge asteroid hit here? It would explain a lot of fractures in this Earth where we are right now. A lot. It would explain so many things, and that's why I need your help to get it out there, ladies and gentlemen, okay? Make sure to write in the comments, what do you think about that, all right? I started the stream here at 7 o'clock in the morning, hopefully getting people here to watch here and there, but to give their opinion, because I honestly feel that all the clues line together. And if you have any questions on what was the angle of the asteroid, how big do I think that it was, what were the repercussions worldwide, I have so many clues here, and everything fits together. And I've made a video, I've made a live about this. I'm trying to get my theory out there, but I am a gaming channel, all right? So YouTube analytics does not like me doing something in science. And maybe once I go and do another YouTube video or another short for gaming, it's going to punish me once again. But I got to put my thoughts out there. I got to let you guys know that this is where it happened. If a huge wall of water, all right, came down rushing from the north, this is where we see in Lake Superior all the damages. This is not underwater currents that's causing this. This is a huge wall of water that came ripping through the rocks, and we can definitely see a direction. We can see that it was coming north from south. Why? Because everything is ripped off in the north, but in the south, that's where we see these huge cliffs. So there was probably some mountains or some more stronger material here, all right, that was able to withstand that. But it's all polished here and all rough in the back. Polished and rough in the back. Everywhere that I have seen is giving us an angle of where does it come from. Where does that come from? It comes from right on top here. All right, so let's go. And it's coming from right here. All right, so something happened here that it came rushing down towards, just brought this huge wall of water and came down naturally towards the Mississippi. And this is where we're finding the vestiges of this huge wall of water, mud, rocks, animals, everything that was on the path of this huge wave that came rolling in is right here. We see the biggest rocks on the side, just like a river that's flowing. The biggest rocks where there's less current and the current is going slower and slower, the biggest rocks are going to get stuck on the side, and all this liquid here just came rushing in. And this is exactly like mud that has air trapped in it. These are air bubbles that popped with time. I don't know how much time, if it's within a week or within thousands of years. All right, but this is mud, ladies and gentlemen. It's under a lot of water, so a lot of pressure. But let's say that there was a huge wall of water came in and brushed through all the trees. Okay, all the trees, all the mud, and just eroded everything. And it all blended everything. Everything just came tumbling down right here. And the effects of this impact, just like the balls that go tick, 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 had impacts like that all over the world. The first place that we see that, the impact came crashing from east to west here, fractured the mantle. This place came in, all right? So it fractured, all right? This is Nunavut right here where we're seeing on the map, all right? So it gave a huge impact from east to west, also from south to north, right? A huge impact. So made everything just explode. Everything just exploded. I think that this was closer. I think that this was just one huge landmass. One huge landmass, just like on the top of Russia. But this here, what provoked Hudson Bay and also James Bay down here, is the asteroid that came crashing in. I don't know if it's 50, 100-kilometer wide asteroid. I don't know. I do know that the diameter here is 450 kilometers. All right. Lunar Bear, hey, happy 420. Thanks for dropping in. I know it's a different subject, but this is my theory that I've always placed out there. And I've thought that I've made a good presentation for my thumbnail, at least, and also a good short of 2 hours. I'll be able to make maybe another video. That was my hope. And I hope that you like seeing me the way that you're seeing me right now. It's sort of different, right? Oh, and I'm not afraid of smoking weed too much on YouTube no more. Yeah, so I hope you like it. I was able to integrate myself here into the image. I hope you like it. This is a new addition to the stream, and I'll be gaming like this also. So hopefully it looks a little bit more professional. Tell me if you like it. How are you doing also today? And have you heard about my theory? I can explain it to you if you wish, if you haven't heard it yet. I don't know if you've seen my video. And my last video on YouTube is actually up to 78, something like that. I played with Tom Cruise, so yeah, I didn't get a sub off of that, but more people saw my video. More and more people are, and I'm getting better at my edits. But you know, YouTube, you like it? It's crazy. You like it? Nice. You know, YouTube analytics does not like me going from, let's say, just going, even if it's in game and going to Fortnite, doesn't like it. So just imagine this does not get shared. Why? Because it's in science. And thank you very much for being there. I don't know how you find me, but I don't think that YouTube is distributing it to new people. I know it's distributing probably to you because you're a great supporter of Grindr. Thanks for coming in. Thanks for coming in. My good friend, how are you doing? How are you? Are you feeling better? Is that what you're saying? I hope you're feeling better. Anybody that's just coming in, I have been discussing my theory for the last hour and a half and more here, but I can gladly explain it to you. I really think that uh, this is where the asteroid hit 12,000 BC, provoking this fresh crater. And also, there are so many signs. First of all, the mantle cracked here. An asteroid came in with huge force, huge velocity, cracked the mantle, right? The asteroid is still inside, and the Earth is still raising every year. And it has been raising like that since they don't know when, but 1 inch every year. So if you calculate that something happened and the mantle came back in with all the magma and all that and heated the northern part of Canada, it would have melted a great part instantaneously. Yes, a great part of the ice shelf, but all of that water would have taken probably a week to melt. So we got a first impact here where all the water came rushing down Lake Superior here, naturally finding its way to the ocean. And I really think that everything just landed right here. This is the clues are everywhere and everything is lining up. Nobody yet has undone my theory. That's why I need people to share this live. All right. I need to get my theory out there. My last video about this, I think, has made only 60 views, but no comments. I think that people think that this might be something. I really think that it is. We find clues here also in Yellowknife. Why is this piece? Why is this flowing towards her? Because really there was a huge period why everything melted and was able to carve these rocks in this direction here. Now there's lots of clues where there's going to be water flowing in from one direction that we're going to be able to see if we go there on the ground one day. But I think that the biggest clue in one place that I would definitely love to visit is this rock right here. This is where I want to stand. This is where I want to be, because this shows this shows the direction. It shows that it's smooth, it's coming up smooth, and it shows that the rock, when it hit, it destroyed the mantle. But this side of the impact, there was so much force that it ripped off the rock. But the force is less and less the farther you go, or the shock wave to be able to destroy rock, I think, is only 10 kilometers. Why? Because that's the exact radius that the crater impact that we have here is more or less 10 to 12 kilometers around the crater. This is the crater, and the Earth, once the mantle came in, the Earth needed to restabilize itself, right? So it came back with matter, but it came pushing back. It came pushing back, and by pushing back and having this Earth that came in and that had to re-solidify itself, this is where we see these markings right here. How cold is that water right now? Right now, I think that the ice is melted. Ice is around right now. Ice is around like summertime. This actually looks like summertime in Canada. Summertime in Canada. I think that this was taken during summertime. Another place that we can see direction here. Okay, so we can definitely see here that the snow is always at the same angle. Why? Because when the sun is coming here, it's going from east to west. Now, I think that everything is on an angle. So when the sun passes here, it has more, it can melt the snow more on this angle of the rock that was shredded. But here is the end. So this is always a drop. Why is the drop always on the east side? Why is the snow always on the east side? Why? Because it was fractured on the west on this angle. And that's why we see the stop of that mountain is, all right. So that's a principle that we see in every direction, always points to the middle of this impact. Everything aligns to here. Alyssa. Yeah, thank you very much. Oh, I'm glad to see you two in here. Oh, and I hope that you like what you're seeing also with NVIDIA broadcast in the computer. I thought it would be taking more energy than that on my computer, but I think I'll be able to game like that. So I will be making a live stream today, but um, internet permitting, right? That's the big reason. And guys, I'll be honest with you, while my internet is not functioning, I'm not depressing myself over it anymore. I'm planning. I'm planning because once I get my better connection, I'm going to be on, but I better have a plan. I better be there with good energy, right? And I got to be the grinder that was there before. All right. Well, let's hope that this is some sort of learning that at least gets your brain flowing today. All right. This is a discussion that I really want out there. I need this to get into the mainstream. Why? Because people are always saying everything that has happened. And we see Graham has talked about this. He's been on Joe Rogan. He's shown videos of him on a rock. Well, that picture there of him on the rock, they're saying that things were transported, but on ice, and that they were deposited there through time. But what has the power to send material like big huge rocks on ice would be, if there would be an impact here, it would send a lot of matter into the air. Now that goes back and it lands on the ice shelf that is still there. Now if that ice shelf takes 1 week to melt, just tell yourself 1 week to melt. Yes, those rocks are stuck on big parts of the glacier. Like everything came moving down. We're talking about big chunks that are a kilometer wide. Well, on big chunks, kilometer wide, that are breaking off and that are just floating on water, right? There's so much water that the icebergs are kilometers wide, but they're floating on water and they're going through the United States here and they're getting deposited all over the way. Now, I really think that one of the pictures that he's standing on, if you take a piece of that rock there, it's going to match with either a piece of the rock in Canada, Quebec, Ontario, Manitoba, or Nunavut. I really do think that. So that's part of my theory. And I made a video about, I recorded the first part of this. So the second part is more loosey-goosey, but I'm so happy to see you guys in there. In here. Sorry. Oh yeah, and antidepressants, I had to switch to my new dose. It did take some adjustment, guys. It did take some adjustments. All of this, there's some realizing that there's something wrong with your brain and having to deal with that and having to accept that. There's a lot of things going on, man. I feel really bad because yes, this idea is not getting me nowhere. All right. My theory is not getting out there because I know that if it gets out there, maybe I'll have the opportunity to go film it or to be part of the people, at least get invited to be part of the people to go up there. But I know people that can help with security because there's lots of bears and there's lots of nature out there, man. Ooh, you gotta be careful. So we need some good hunters with us, right? So I do got some friends for that. I would like maybe for my daughter to come and travel with me. Maybe that could bring us closer together. All right, all right, all right. Well, motivational. Here, I got motivation for you. I'm sending positive thoughts to you, my friends out there today. Hopefully, even if it's not sunny outside, when you look outside, you breathe and you just accept the day and you always, oh, you got to always know that whatever happens, even if everything is going okay, be prepared that life is always going to put a little stick in your wheels. It's always going to fuck up your plans. It's always like that. When you plan for something to go wrong. I'm not saying that things are going to go wrong, but have a good day. But that's a preventionist inside of me. I always try to prevent things, not being scared of things, just being planned in case something happens. But I wish you a great day, and I hope that there's only positive today that comes out. Hopefully life doesn't bring you that famous stick in the wheel today, because that would just be bad luck. You'd go with me. Well, you guys are going to be listening to me hopefully more and more, because I can definitely tell you that I can't wait until the 3rd of August. I can go and check today. Maybe there's a new opening for a technician to come closer, but I'm patient on that. It's giving me time to reflect on what techniques do I need to learn still. I need to learn the zoom in, zoom out effect a lot when I make the videos. Also maybe the lies, but that's going to be secondary. But in my videos, to be able to say something, but the next phrase to be closer, and then after that to zoom back out. Ugh. I just, when I saw that my memberships on Twitch, I think are at 7, something like that. But I think that I was there just a bit or enough to at least tell. I think that there's Zombex and there's a couple of still other people that don't really know that I switched to YouTube, but I haven't been that much on YouTube just when my connection can permit it. But I'm still trying to get games in with the boys. But really trying to realign my mind. Why not take the chance since I'm on new antidepressants? You know, things are supposed to change. Well, they're not going to change themselves. And I'm the type of guy that wants to change things. And I want to get better at everything that I'm doing. Hopefully the quality is getting out a bit better. It's just my face I'm not happy to see. You know, I had to put some makeup on, man. We had some huge hot times and it just came bursting out. And like I said, with all the medication I got, my anxiety is up the yin yang. But having you guys in here makes me feel really comfortable. And just like, hey guys, I'm happy to see you. Hey guys. Hey guys. That guy in the Goonies. Hey guys. And I think with my missing tooth, perfect match. I tried a different camera angle where it's a bit lower, but I was always looking up. So yeah, different changes here. On my second computer right now, I have, on my main computer, I have both my screens. It's not taking too much. So yeah, lots of changes. I want to get better. My hoodie idea hasn't evolved yet, unfortunately. Go with red for the lips. I'm not going to put red on my lips. The only makeup I put on is to hide my huge acne stuff I got going on. I'm 43. I'm still fucking doing that, especially under stress or pressure. So just being here with you guys to be able to talk about my theory here, it just lets it out into the world more. And what that does is it creates like less anxiety for me. I got less thoughts that are stuck inside and that are out into the world. And you guys know about this, so I feel really comfortable talking to you guys about this. And the main part of the was at 7 o'clock right now. I told myself that I'd be stopping at 9 o'clock, but you guys are in here, so I'm not stopping. Fuck all. And I was talking to this guy. I saw him have a spliff while he was playing. So I'm not as shy to smoke because it is legal here and it is not tobacco. So Ferr, hey, thanks for dropping in. This is not a gaming stream, but thank you. Yeah, thank you for coming in. I was just explaining my theory. Nobody knows what happened 12,000 years BC, right? There was the Great Flood. You know what caused the Great Flood? I actually think that it's an asteroid that hit the northern part of Canada. Since I've been young, I've been always thinking about this so perfect semicircle, and all the clues are here that this is where the asteroid hit. There was a 2-kilometer ice 2-kilometer thick ice shelf that was here when the asteroid hit it. It came from east to west. Oh, 9 o'clock. Time to take the meds. All right. Okay, so it came from east to west. All right. It came in. Paf. So it fractured the mantle. All right. We can see the traces of fracture here all along this coast. And where Churchill is here, this straight part indicates a huge crack in the mantle. Now, the asteroid is still there. Why? Because the gravity there is different than anywhere else in the world. And the floor has been raising 1 inch every year, and they don't know from when. All right, so 1 inch every year, 10,000 inches. That's a lot. That's a lot. And that would explain the floor that is rising and why we don't see any definition here. Why? Because this is all new floor, baby. That's what saved us. That's what's different from us and from the dinosaurs, is that it saved us because it hit this mass of this iceberg that put it all into vapor right away. But inside that vapor was dust, right? That's inside a vapor. There's a little molecule of dust, and then it provoked rain throughout the whole world and put all this dust and this matter everywhere in the world. So this is where it happened. This is a fresh 12,000-year-old crater. There's a 10 to 12 kilometer right outside here where everything is telling you that the floor was there was probably mountains and stuff, but let's say a mountain, if it gets ripped on that side, all right. So the end of the mountain, it's going to be like that on one side, and this is the angle on the other, and we see that all across this bay here, all across this bay here, and the mountain that I would like to. Okay, well, we see it right here, right? So it's smooth on one side, jagged on the next. So what could have caused this? Everything inside of the research here that I've been able to gather, nothing explains it. The only thing that it could explain this right here is either a volcano or an asteroid. There is nothing else. I gotta watch my dog. My dog is having issues now. If you need, because I smell him, he's farted. So if he needs to go poop, I need to go right now. You have to go. Early stream, yeah, I mean, not a gaming stream, just explaining his theory, just getting it out there. And okay, so if something hit here, all right, so it fractured, but for the mantle to fracture here, just imagine the shock wave that it provoked, just like the balls, right? Like the balls that go like that. Just imagine transmitting all that force here is what actually made the northern part of Canada here just explode into all of these pieces. So why didn't it explode here? Because the shock wave was gradually less and less. But I think that this is where the most of the impact was, and that all of this came rushing through the north. Yeah, I'm gonna have to go, guys. But I'll be on a little bit later. Hold on, let me show a couple of things here. So you guys are gonna be the judge. I got 2 games that I can play. All right, so you guys are gonna help me. All right, you guys are gonna help me. What am I going to play? Just let me search for a second here. So I created 2 thumbnails for future videos. Okay. Or for future streams. Just give me a second. Let me find it. Okay, so this is one. Oh. Okay, so that's one thumbnail. So I can play this afternoon only up or other game. Give me 1 second. Oh, he just farted again. That motherfucker. Or second game is oh, come on. Where is it? There's a new game. Okay. Or this. I was thinking of trying Veiled Experts, but mouse and key. So I don't know. Veiled Expert or only up, guys. Veiled Expert or only up. You guys get to choose, but I'm going to be leaving here for until probably noon. Hopefully, if the internet is good, I'll be here this afternoon. You guys know that it always depends on my internet, and I know I've been a little less present, and I'm very sorry about that, but I just need you guys to know that I'm gathering forces, I'm gathering energy, I'm gathering things that I'll be able to do. I'm getting concentrated, I'm watching. I'm watching different things that are going to be able to help me in my content, in my future content to come. And hopefully you guys are seeing different quality here, different sort of stream. Also, I know that the YouTube analytics won't help me, but I don't give a shit about the analytics. I care about you guys and what you guys, I think that you need to know. And I'm not just about gaming. I'm about a lot more than that. I think that you guys know. Veiled Experts. All right. And it's going to be mouse and key also. There's not too many people watching Veiled Experts as I seen on Twitch, so I may have a portion there, and it might be funny also. It is a cool game. I think it's a mix between Call of Duty and Fortnite from what I've seen. And if I get a good experience here, hopefully I'll be able to ask a couple of my buddies if they want to come and play. I know Sir Rage a lot is raging a lot on Fortnite. He loves Fortnite, but he doesn't love Call of Duty. So hopefully with the gang, Sir Damien, we'll be able to try something else and have fun with it. That's my feeling. But thanks for dropping in on this stream here. I know different people came in here and there. I got a total of, I think, give me a second, 8 visits. 8 visits for now. And just at the end here, people are starting to wake up. And I know that I should talk about this right now, but I just wanted to do a short 2 hours. Why is that? If people come back and watch this, they're going to be able to see the whole live stream from beginning to end, everything that I've said, including saying hi to you guys. So I'm sure that in the future, people are going to come and see this. I'm sure. Why? Because I'm sure I'm right. Since I was a kid, my instinct has always been telling me something's going on here. And with everything that I've been hearing, either Joe Rogan and the talks that he's having, or Graham Hancock, all the clues all align. Now, once they get that piece of information, it's going to be like placing the key inside of the door towards this whole new light that people will not have the choice but to accept what has happened and try to see what was there before. Because there were things here. I know there was things here in North America before, and we need to go searching way down in the earth here. We need to go searching here. These were air pockets here, but what was inside all of this material is trees, animals, maybe old technology, maybe a human. I don't know if we'll be able to discern, but you never know. We can find something that's made out of metal. You never know what was going on the earth right before this happened, but this definitely explains everything that has been going on, and I'm tired of having this all in my brain. This is another huge clue of what happened there. This is not naturally made by underground currents, guys. If it does, well, it's telling you that watch out, man. Watch out, because you're getting the down current, the current down here. No, you can definitely see that something happened. Godzilla. Yeah, Godzilla came in and or maybe he landed. Or no, that's where he laid an egg. Yeah, that's where Godzilla laid an egg. Yeah, so this is the egg, and this is where he'd lie down. So this is the nest area, but this is the egg where Godzilla was in space, pooped an egg, and it landed on our planet. And I can definitely say that the asteroid is still in here. It is not the moon that has collided with the Earth. Although it could make for an interesting theory, but I do not think so. Why? Because in one of the videos that I saw, there's these sort of maps, maps of what's inside the Earth everywhere around the world. And here you can definitely see that there's a new mass in there. And I don't think that this was created by, let's say, if the moon would have bounced off, cracked the mantle, bounced off, and if this would be new Earth, I don't think that this is what would create that. I think that the asteroid is still inside the Earth. If we can just go and drill and drill and drill, we're going to see that the asteroid is still there. But it's deep. It's deep because it penetrated the mantle. It cracked the mantle, so it's lower than the mantle originally was. And a new Earth came up top, so we'd have to drill inside a new Earth and then try to get the asteroid. But I really think that one day humans will be able to achieve that. And hopefully one day they'll be able to credit this to Grindr or to Alain Pelletier, that I was the one that convinced people that the asteroid is still there. Let's go digging for it. All right? The asteroid is still there. And one day, once they pierce that and they bring that back up, hopefully they're going to have a thought that's going to go out and that's going to say, thank you, Alain. Here it is. Here is your dream, Alain. Here's what you saw on those cores right there in front of them, like geologists do. I know they're going to find something there. I know it. It's still there, ladies and gentlemen. It has not left anything, and I am still here, my friends. Alyssa, Lunar Bear, Perv, if you're still here, I don't think so, but I've been thinking about that. Also, lasers are getting, you know that movie where they go in the center of the earth, they use lasers to try to go through rock. Okay, I do think that that could be done, but the rock would be liquefied and would have to be transported out of there. So you'd have to have, these boring tunnels. You'd have to have that, but that would be able to get that molten rock to cool it down, to break it down into little rocks or whatever, and to get it out of there. So boring machines in the future, I do think they will have to do with lots of lasers, but it will take a lot of energy. Just think about lasers that would be that powerful lasers rolling around trying to create that sort of effect there would have to necessitate so much energy. But I do think that it's in the realm of possibilities. I do think, just like you, I don't think it's a technology that has existed here before. If we're taking a look at the pyramids, I think that it was manual, maybe diamond drills, that they had technology. I do think that the technology was not as high as it is right now, but I do think that they were, let's say, at the same level as the Egyptians were. I do think that maybe there was something else that's higher than the Egyptians, but lower than us in technology. I don't know if you know what I mean. That built the pyramids. I don't think it's the Egyptians that built them. I think it's a technology. I think it was people that were there before them, right? Before them. And I think that the wave that came crashing on the pyramids tells you that it came from here and it crashed. And maybe there was something that was more delicate on the side of but what took off all that siding of the pyramid, I think it's the wave that came in. And also, when you take a look at the pyramids, you can see that one side is more fractured than the other, and there's less blocks on one side than the other. And it's a side where not that hit, but it's the sides and also where the current is turbulent. So you can definitely see that something came and hit the pyramid. And you can see where it comes. It comes from the north. And what comes from the north? Let's go back in Egypt right here. Let's go back in Egypt. So if a wall of water came rushing in here, that's when we see that the pyramids, the way that they're facing, we see that a wall of water just came rushing in here. Just came rushing in. I think that that's what took off the sides of the pyramids, is the wave that came rushing in, and we can see the devastation of this wave right here. See? We can see the direction of the wave from north to south. That's where it came in. It came in and then it flushed outside to the side here, right? And flushed outside here gently here. But here, look, we can definitely see the direction of the wave where it went. And if Atlantis was right here, all right, the eye of the Sahara, right there, look at where the water came, all right? So the water came and spilled here. But if we take a look at the north, all right? So if the water came from here, all right, came from here. Okay. Okay, so if the impact was here, if the impact was here and a wall of water came here, so we're looking at wall of water, right? That's hitting. Just get back here, all right? That's hitting, that's coming in from the north, all right? You can definitely see, look where it's coming in right here, all right? It's coming in from this angle. Look at the angle that it's coming in. It's not coming in from north to south directly. There's a western side to this. Where is that west? It leads directly to the impact. Massive wave came through this ocean and just came down here. And also, I think that's what flooded here before in the Northern Sea. There used to be land here. And just everything came higher and higher and just flooded all of this, which made United Kingdom an island. Yeah, this is the impact. This is where it all happened, ladies and gentlemen. Oh, you're not seeing your map, my map. Damn it. I'm sorry about that. Okay, so just going back to Egypt real quick. Okay, so we can. Okay, impact is over here. Okay, so if impact, okay, and oceans are coming, the waves are coming, the waves are coming, the waves are coming. They're coming in this direction. All right, they're coming from over here, from northwest. All right, and we can definitely see that it hit here. All right, it came in from here, and look at this pattern right here tells us where it came in, and it started to go on the side here. All right, so it came in right here. But when we take a look at Egypt, we can definitely see, all right, that something hit the pyramid. All right, so it all came in through the north, destroyed everything that was there. Just a huge wall of water that came in, but it didn't have anywhere to go besides on the sides of the ocean and in all the southern part here, or the middle part of Africa. But what happened is that there was so much water that everything just got flooded. So just imagine everything dying, everything turns to a bottom of a lake, let's say inside of a year, and inside of that water evacuates and creates these huge ripples that we see here. So this takes kind of time for this to happen, right? So water comes flushing down and creates basically going from underwater, going from land to underwater to land is what provoked the Sahara. Everything, it just grounded everything, ladies and gentlemen. Look at the rocks also. And they say that they found salt water here, guys. What is this white right here that we're seeing? This is salt. What made the ocean come here? We all know what it is. Grinder knows what it is. What killed Atlantis? If it was here, if a wall of water came rushing over these mountains, ladies and gentlemen, all of this was destroyed, and all we can see, you know, if we find vestiges of Atlantis, it's going to be down here. It's going to be stuck in this. This was probably a river that went up to Atlantis, but there are probably, you know, gold and lead and all of that. We're going to find traces of that going all along here, Maybe right here also. This right here should be a very important place, I think, to find very important treasures. Because this, ladies and gentlemen, stops water and creates what we call in gold hunting a ripple. Let's say that all of this water comes in through here. If there's gold, it's going to get stuck in this. And when you're under a river, this is where you go find your gold. So this might be a place where we find vestiges. Because is this a good place to, is this enough to travel? I think so. Okay, I'm not going to record this, but just imagine if Atlantis was actually here and a huge wall of water just came in. Okay, we can see the direction which it came in. It came in probably from over the mountains here and to the side, right? Or if it came here over the mountains and split on this side and this here came rushing in, we're actually going to see a lot of material right here. Oh, would I love to travel that and just be part of the archaeologists that find something. I'll be there with my metal detector all day long just walking. I may have to have a special thing and walk really slowly. I'm not in the best shape to do that, but I would love to participate. They say that Atlantis was full of gold. So if it was full of gold and, you know, everything that I know about searching for gold, if there was gold here and water came rushing down here, we would find it in these crevasses. And a big crevasse where water came over here, came probably over. A lot of it came over, right? But what was on the northern part here is probably being evacuated to this side. So we have a great chance of finding a lot of material right here on this Tungat, right here. Botanical garden. Right here also, because this material accumulated here and could evacuate. So this would be an excellent place also just to find answers, right? Because the clues are everywhere around the world. Look at this. It is plain and simple. A huge wave came in here. Now, where did it come from? It came from over here, came from over here, came from over here. Whoop, oh, whoop, oh, it came more from over here. What's over here? What happened over here? This is the direction. And, right, okay, everything leads back to what we're seeing right now. And I'm really glad to say, Alyssa and Lunar Bear, that my last video, I play with Tom Cruise. I made a not too bad thumbnail that catches the eye, right? Like a good picture of him with his teeth there. Not with my teeth, but with me on the other side. And 78 views, something like that. Usually I get 20 something. So, you know, that's cool. That's cool. I got to make my videos more interesting, but you know, that's my state of mind. I told myself I had to video something. So I just took a game with Tom Cruise, but I wasn't really in it. But I got to remember to be in it. I got a lot of inspiration. And you guys are a big, big, big part of my inspiration. Big, big, big part, because I know we're going to see each other one day. Hopefully it's going to be in Vegas. That's the plan, right? Vegas, that's still in my mind. I haven't let go of that. That's the plan. I want to be able to support myself, guys, one day with all of this. Whatever means necessary. I will not sign a deal with the devil, but I will help God. All right? So those are the deals I'm willing to take. But besides that, I'm going to work every day. I'm letting myself a little bit more loose until the third vacation. Trying to get remember that my personality, you guys like that. Look for gold. Vegas, baby. Just to see people. This plus here, usually there's a Third Avenue here, like this popular street. People go in there in their big cars and vroom, 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 and people put themselves all nice and all pretty to go walk that place there. But it's under construction, and I got no money to go and get a Tim Hortons, and I just want to go and walk today. I'm gonna go get a coffee at my organism, watch a couple of videos here. Probably rewatch my stream here. But I would ask a favor for you guys. If you guys could just maybe write, this was an excellent podcast. Very interesting theory. You should take a look at this and add Joe Rogan or stuff like that. I know, Alyssa, you may be working and I know it's asking a lot, but I don't know if you tweet or stuff like that. Maybe just copy paste, even just a copy paste, I'll take it. I'd like to get my theory out there. And I think that at the beginning of the video, at the beginning of the stream, if they fast forward it a bit, you know, I try to wait for people a bit and then I get to talking and then I get into the subject. So people are going to be able to fast forward, no problems there, once they see that the image is going to change. But if you guys could just share it, like tag Joe Rogan, Graham Hancock is one also. I've written the information here in my stream, so I really need to get these guys. I know this is so big, and I feel like this is what happens when you want to reach somebody that's famous, is that they're on a stage and you're in the crowd and you're trying to say, hello, look at me, I got something to say. So I need to get on the stage, and I need them to be in the crowd, and I need to say, hey, you over there, come on. You know what I'm saying? Oh, what? How in the movies? There's lots of movies about Vegas. Watch out. Me, I worked in a casino and they made us read a book about casino stuff. And after working at the casino, I always been attracted to the art of counting cards. So I don't know if I'd be good or not, but you know, the +1, -1, I'm able to do that in my head real quick. So hopefully I'll be good on the blackjack tables myself. That's what I'm going for. Blackjack, 50 cents. I'm poor as shit, guys. All of them into one. Yeah. So we drink, we forget everything, but we do everything. But then we figure it out. Yeah, okay. So we're gonna So we're gonna mix hangover, so we're gonna start over. We're gonna start like hangover. We're gonna drink, but while we're forgetting, the things that we forget are gonna be all the other movies about Vegas, right? Yeah, all of them. Thanks for listening to my theory, everybody, and hopefully, uh, with time, people will be able to talk about this. I'm gonna be able, if you guys know anybody that would be interested in making a podcast or having me as somebody. I'm not a professional. I do know a lot about geology, and I do know a lot about my land, and I'm getting just all the clues together. Yeah, well, end up on the roof. I don't mind being that guy. He was red a bit, but he was getting married. Oh, he was the one getting married. The only one about Vegas I don't want to do is the head between the vice. That one we're not doing, all right? Nothing that has to do with danger. Just fun. Fun and lots of protection. So I'm going to be bringing my helmet, my parachute, call it what you will. I'll be bringing a lot of those. No, just kidding. The age that I'm at, honestly, I'm not thinking about girls. I'm not thinking about sex at all. I love the beauty of girls, but women have a dark image in my mind. Even though I love them, the ones that attract me are not the ones that are good for me right now. So I'm taking a big step back, and it's just me. It's just me and Shooter. All right. And I'm good with that. I'm good with that. Yeah, a podcast. So I am open to being invited to different people's if you guys want to do a podcast to discuss about my theory about the impact that happened 12,000 years ago, where I think it is, the impacts that have happened, the proof that I have, the proof that I want to go gather. This is just the beginning. This is the beginning of the theory. Well, let's go get the damn proof. All right. This one's going to be hard right here, but this one in Northern Canada, guys, I live close. All right. I live, hey, I'll show you where I live. I live right here. So how do I put a marker? Hey. Stop it. It's just a car door. Push the window. Hey. Oh, wait. All right, so I live right here. So knowing my land, all right, knowing my land and always questioning myself and knowing what was here before and what happened and what the hell happened here, why I've always asked myself, why is this so perfect? This is a crater, ladies and gentlemen. All right, an asteroid hit from east to west. I do not know which angle, all right? Sorry, let's say a more southern eastern going towards, all right? So I think that this is the angle more or less right here. Now it came in and cracked the mantle. There are different videos about geology in the northern part of Canada about how gravity is different. There is a mass that is in here that is unexplained. Well, it is unexplained. Why? Because it's an asteroid. Now, I don't know if it's 50 kilometers, 100 kilometers. I do not know. I'm thinking it's between 50 and 100. Why? Because the diameter here is 450 kilometers from here to here. Now, if we'd make it round, let's say it would be, okay, let's just calculate 444, let's say 450. So this is actually a fresh crater. Okay, this has not been done in the last million years, 10 million years. This is a fresh crater. We can definitely see that the earth came back on itself right here. This was molten earth that was liquid enough to be able to sandwich itself layer by layer. We see the direction it came back. Daniel. Yeah, definitely. Oh, I'd love to be somebody that goes and film that. The island that I'd like to stand on in this is this one right here, because it gives look at all of the rocks all across the rim. You can definitely see that the explosion just, okay, the asteroid came in. So the impact right here where it cracked, the round place where it cracked, there was an explosion and cracked the rocks on all of this angle. So this is the angle, it cracked the rocks, and right here is the end of the mountain. So you see that all across the rim. This is not erosion, right? So we see it's going, it's loose, and we see that everywhere. It's always on the back of these mountains. It's always on the back of these mountains. And some people would say that, okay, it could be erosion that caused with millions and millions of years going back. But we would see the back of the mountains here that would still be high. So it's the impact that caused these rocks. And this is the rock that I want to stand on right here. Wouldn't this be a gorgeous view, right? First of all, we see the different layers here of the mountain that was basically still expelled. All right, so the mountain still cracked here, but kind of left all of this open here at the back. So this is actually a cool mountain that I'd like to see. Now, all across the crater, we can see that it's a 10 to 12 kilometer. All right, this is the crater, and the border is 10 to 12 kilometers. Now we can see that right at the beginning, the rocks are very angled, but even here, the snow gives us a direction. All right, right here, it gives us a direction of where the sun here is going to go from east to west. All right, so if you're a mountain, okay, and the sun is getting the same amount of time, all right, you will be getting more or less the same amount of sunshine. All right, but here what's happening is that the ground is like this, all right, and there's snow everywhere. So when the sun passes by, it's getting a bit of this in the morning, but afternoon and during the whole day through all the night, all of this snow does not melt. Why? Because it's all polished, and then the rocks fracture at the end. Now when we take a look at the direction of this impact, look at this. Where does it lead to? Everything leads to right over here. Everything leads, all the lines are all pointing to this direction. It just ripped the earth at the back. It just ripped the earth at this angle, and it created huge shock waves, of course, all across the land. Now, also, this one principle, you guys all know, when it's the balls that go like that, it is momentum that is transferred. Okay, so if you have a huge asteroid that comes in and that bang, and that has enough force to fracture the mantle, just imagine the force that is transmitted throughout northern Canada. All right, so it fractures right here. Path. This is all underground. This is all underground. So just imagine the force that came past here. I think that that's what actually created more space. I think that this was more part of northern Canada here. This was all closer, maybe once before. I'm not sure about this one, but I'm sure that this here, the asteroid came in. I think that this is all fresh, and I think that the debris that when this hit, all of this was instantly vaporized, and it went into space, I don't know, and it came back down, but it was also part of the jet stream that was bringing everything. So lots of things came tumbling down in Nunavut here, and also in Yellowknife right here. I think that this is an important debris field that we really have to figure out, what is all the material that is here. We also got tundra that we have to talk about. That's something else. There's an ice shelf, but I think that tundra is actually an ice shelf that was covered because, like I said, everything was thrown into the atmosphere, and that just came and that was in the clouds. And where does a jet stream bring everything? It just dumped everything here on Russia, right? I think that that's why there's lots of tundra in Russia, is that there was so much dust that accumulated from the debris and that everything that was transported there. That is my thoughts on that one. So it actually, instead, because on this side we still have the tundra, right? So basically the ice shelf is still there, right? We're still in a nice ice age because there's still an ice shelf there, but it's covered by debris, and in that debris, that's where they're finding all these mammoths and all that. So what happened? Oh yeah, that's another thing. What was strong enough? Okay, they talk about this in their podcast. What was strong enough to break the legs off of mammoths? What could break the legs off the mammoths? It is a shock wave. the momentum that I was talking about that came in from this impact that broke the legs of the mammoths that are being found in Alaska. I think it's in Alaska. So what had this huge momentum, this huge force to come and crack the legs? Well, if there's something, if you guys have ever seen an earthquake on this huge field, it's sort of like a wave. But just imagine this huge wave just coming in, not just one bounce, bringing the mammoth in the air, probably propulsing him like cracking his legs, but different. But how did they die instantly like that? So that would explain the cracked legs on the mammoth is a momentum that came from the asteroid that hit in the northern part of Quebec. Guys, we got to get this information out there. I'd like to thank you, everybody. Daniel, Lunar Bear, Alyssa, all of you guys, Per also that came in, and everybody that's going to be watching this through time. The day that people come right around here, all right, the asteroid is still there. First of all, just knowing is good, but just imagine the resources we can gather out of that, because there is a different mass that is here right now. All right, in my other video, I do pull up the video, and it shows maps all across the world where mass is different. Mass is different here. Why? It's not something that bumped inside. It's not the loon that bumped there and that the loon is there now. No, it's not that. The asteroid is still in there, right? The floor has been raising 1 inch per year. And then we go back, just calculate this for fun, guys. 10,000, let's just do 14,000 years times 1 inch per year. That's 14,000 inches. How much is that in meters or in feet or in whatever? I'll let you guys fathom that. I'll let you guys think that this crater is 450 kilometers wide. I'll let you guys memorize this. That you guys, if you guys know anything about volcanoes and how lava moves, all that, you know how these crusts, these different layers are made. Well, you can see the direction where everything came at. You can see the arcs. There is only 2 things that can do this in our world, and it's either a huge volcano, which I do not think so. I think that this is what happened. The asteroid came in, melted everything. The ice shelf was here, and it made it disappear. Certain places, we still got tundra here. So it didn't melt anything. We're still in an ice age, but it melted all of this. Where did it go? It just went down. It erased everything. Why are these really important farmlands? Why is the land so fertile? Well, because the land was all cleaned of everything it was there, and it deposited some really good minerals. But right here, you can see the devastation that it caused here. It made this lake. It made this lake. You can definitely see, okay, what happened here, all right? All this material came rushing down, ladies and gentlemen, just came rushing down and had to separate itself. Some of it all went down in the United States, and there's lots of proofs everywhere here. There's lots of other people that talk about that. But I really think that the major, like all the trees and all that, everything that the first tsunami or the first action, everything that happened is actually here. This is mud with air trapped inside, underwater, all right? And the air escaping. All right, so everything, the air gets caught in these air pockets. All right, these create air bubbles, and the air with time just escapes. All right, and this flattens because this is a solid. There was lots of material here, so this drops and takes the place of the bottom of the bubble. That's why we see it that they're round like that. Okay, we got to put 2 + 2 together. Also, why more on the sides? We find the biggest boulders on the side. Why? Because the hardest things to move are going to be left on the side inside of rivers. But the faster flowing material, all the loose stuff is here. The bigger rocks in the back. You see that? Everything that was loose came tumbling here and just stopped real quick. Real quick. That's why it makes me think that there was a huge tidal wave that came, and this, just imagine having water, let's say up to here, and this huge mass just coming in. Just imagine the huge tidal wave that this would provoke. All right, it would just rip everything here like to shreds, just to shreds. All right, so I hope that this was informative, and I really hope that this gets out there. Hopefully myself and my friends, hopefully my daughter also will be able to film this. Oh, I'd like one day to be a professional filmmaker. And for anybody that's watching this, if you would give me the chance and maybe also the budget, and just to participate to this filming, I would greatly appreciate it. The deep water, Daniel, yeah, the deep water here. Well, this is a great lake, all right? Lake Superior. What could explain? It would have to be really strong underwater currents, but this was just a wall of water that just came in. But let's say a full week of a lot of water coming rushing in. And I know that there's lots of discussions on Joe Rogan and all that. And what happens, let's say this is a good clue right here, this round thing right here. That's when water comes in and it circulates, right? And then there's lots of traces of that. Here's another one right here, all right? And we find that in lots of places. Hold on. There is this guy, Randall Carlson. I can't remember, but he talks about someplace close to here and the impacts that something happened that came from the north, right? And what came from the north? This came from the north, all right? The devastation here is also inside of all of these lakes. Now we can definitely see a direction. Big at one side, and with time, right, within a week, I'd say it made all of this. So this is stronger material that got pulverized. We can still see angles. We can still see angles of where the water was coming from, and it devastated more this side here and came tumbling down there. Now with still currents, look at this round thing that appears right here once again. So the water hits something hard, disintegrates it as much as it can with time, huge water coming in. But in the back, it creates this tumbling effect. But the tumbling isn't always like this in currents. Sometimes it's like this. So this is what creates the round effects that we can have after. These ridges, these flat ridges. Now, here on the side is different, but once we find these flat ridges here, maybe another round right here, but they're all around. They're all around. A little round here once again. All right, and I know in one of his video, Randall Carlson, he talks about this opening that was created by this water that came in. So there's lots of things for you guys to see out there. Also, just here's another clue. Also, we can see the direction at which it came in, the layers. Right here, once again, we can definitely see a direction where something came in on one side and deposited in the back. So the Great Lakes is a great clue. I think that this rock right here just gives us an example where this is stronger material in the earth, all right? And that was able to resist. Maybe the mountain started here originally and just got eroded. I couldn't tell you that. But here we definitely see a direction here. Come on. And that's under a lake. What could explain that under a lake? No, we're coming for them. If one thing is going is that people are getting more and more power. I think that the people that have the power or the know-it-alls, maybe they already have this information or lots of information, but it's our duty to put our information out there. So we're coming for them, baby. It's okay. Lunar Bear, Alyssa, everybody. Thanks, Alyssa, Lunar Bear, for all those hearts. Daniel, thank you very much for participating. You know, I don't want to make this too much. I want this to be entertaining and still viewable. So it's going to be more or less a 2 hours, more or less a 3-hour video for the people that might want to watch this. But thank you, everybody. And I hope that my points do convey that these huge shockwaves, these huge mega tsunamis that came on, lots of people are already talking about this, and I can't name them all. It starts with the Old Testament up into Joe Rogan. There are so many sources all across the world of legends of what happened, and nobody can put the finger on the smoking gun. This is the smoking gun right here, right here. That's it, guys. I'm looking at it right now. I hope you guys liked it, and I'll be on later this afternoon. Yes, I've been very busy. I have first of all, since the fires here, when they said there was smoke in New York, since the big fire here, I think it destroyed a lot of infrastructure, and lots of more people are taking the same services I'm taking because my internet connection has been horrible. I've been sort of depressed on this issue, but I have been taking new antidepressants. So I've been like this, but I was able to call a new company to get some I got some fiber coming onto my house on the 3rd of August. So I've been re-energizing my thoughts, hooking up here and there, trying to make a couple of videos telling you guys that I'm still here. And even though the YouTube analytics might not like this, I'm still making this live. It has to do with science. And I'm sure that the next YouTube video that I'm going to be posted is not going to be shared at all. But I don't care about that. It's important for us to put our thoughts out into the world, the ideas that we have, and to discuss things, right? So that's exactly what I'm doing. So I will not, trust me, maybe I've been busy, but I've been putting my mind together. I want to be more professional. I don't know if you see my thumbnails, they've gotten way better. My edits, they've gotten better. I just got to put my energy that you guys know me for. I got to put that inside of what is to come. I've been really down because I can't stream during the day. I could never stream during the day, man. So how do I get those Timmy? How do I get Tim the Tatman? How do I get Swag? How do I get into lobbies with them when they always stream during the daytime, but I can't? I have to be during the night. So I want to be able to go against the big guys. All right, let me change the image here. So I'm done talking about this. Hopefully you guys are going to like the image. Yeah, boom, shakalaka. I will be more present, Daniel. I will be more present. I've been not just gathering energy, gathering techniques, gathering what to do when I'm going to be online. What sort of streamer do I want to be? Where do I want to go is important also. But when I got to think about that in a short delay of a couple of weeks, I'm working hard here. My mind is working hard. Plus, my mind is different than what it was before. Hopefully, I can be as good as a friend and entertaining as I was before. That's my only thought there. Oh, I'd love that. Budget-wise, I don't have VR, but hopefully one day I'll be able to grow and get a sponsor here and there and be able to appreciate VR as maybe you guys. But do you have VR? Oh, lucky. Oh, thank you. Yeah, but gathering a lot of energy, guys. And yeah, like I said, this afternoon, it's either, only up or, what is it? Sorry, I forget. Veiled Experts. So I got a vote, and up to now it's Veiled Experts. First game, mouse and key. First shooter game, like Fortnite or usually I play Fortnite and Call of Duty on my Xbox controller here. Xbox with the triggers there. I think it's Elite. I'm not sure. But I'll be playing that one, Veiled Experts, mouse and key. So I don't know which one to do. I got the 2 thumbnails that are ready. I'm going to be doing both, one after the other, one day or the other. So thumbnails are ready. Yeah, but having that better connection, I'll be able to stream during the day. Because at night, everybody's busy, man. Everybody's watching a movie. Everybody's relaxing. And I made the switch from Twitch to YouTube a bit more official. I'm only going there once a week. and I'm not advising anybody. Just hopefully some of my members will be dropping in, asking where have you been, and I'll be able to tell them come and see me on YouTube. Now on YouTube, if I'm able to stream 4 days a week here, let's say 5 hours, I'm lucky. That's the sort of connection I'm getting. But on the third, everything will be changing. So yeah, I'm getting really a different mindset. You know, my latest video I play with Tom Cruise is up to 78, I think. And if you haven't seen it, I know it's not the most entertaining, but I'm getting there. I'm getting there. I'm getting there. It is something to stream and to be happy, but then to capture that in the video is different, because in a game I sort of get locked in, and then I got to incorporate more. That's a big thing that I've been thinking about, is incorporating a lot more of my personality and talking a lot more. And what's going to help me is I got pedals now, okay? And it's not for cheats, anything like that. You guys are going to see with my games that I'm not a cheater, but I'm able to control my sound with my feet. So I don't need a microphone on the side, so that I can stay with my hands here, talk to you guys on chat and say all the shit that I want, but then just press on my pedal and then talk to the guys in game. Instead of having to take because that was taking so much time. That was why I wasn't responding. Well, I wasn't talking. And the thing is that I have to talk for you guys to respond. But by not talking, you guys were talking about anything. So all of that, everything just makes more sense when I think about it that way. And I did talk to this guy that he was smoking on his stream. I try not to show it too much, but at least I know that I won't get too many strikes off of that. And if I do, it might not be something too serious. But you know, it's going to be a 3-hour stream for people that are watching it. So hopefully people that are watching this in the future are going to understand that even though I am a gamer, and even though we are gamers, we all got passions. We all got stuff on the side. And lately people have been asking me, what's my passion? There's 2 things that I can't get off of my mind. Well, 3 things, actually: streaming, making videos, all that. But besides that, there's this, what I've just talked about today. And also there's my hoodie idea. My hoodie idea, I cannot find a seamstress for shit here. I cannot. And I just want, as soon as I find a seamstress that is willing to work on the hoodie project with me, I need to find the budget to order 10 hoodies and to have them branded. Now, each hoodie, it might cost me from $500 to $600 for all of that, for putting the shirt, for getting the shirts, and for putting the branding on them. After that, I need to work with a seamstress, which might be another $600. Yeah. And I'm trying to hide it a bit. But as you, Lunar Bear, and I discussed once, I think it's going to be good for me to take breaks. So I do have a thing here. Man, where is it? Chatting, intermission. Yeah, my intermission screen here is be right back. If Shooter needs to go, or I need to smoke something, or if I feel like this is more of a scientific, so that's why I'm not. But yeah, thanks for yeah, jazzy. In French, it's cigarette de course. It's a cigarette for racing. A racing cigarette. Yeah. A racing cigarette. But okay. So on that note also, in order to save a lot, instead of buying nugs, I bought shake. So legally here, I'm allowed to have 4 ounces maximum. And I made sure to run out when my order was coming, not to have too much, but I ordered 4 ounces of shake, and it cost me not even $100. And I'm trying to split that in my 2 months. So instead of costing me here at the store, it would have cost me around $700. Ordering all that may have cost me $400, but ordering in that one shot and hopefully taking that for 2 months is going to cost me just $100. So I was able to place that money elsewhere. I was able to film outside with Shooter Um, just a first part, uh, for my hidden secret, my hidden treasure, there's actually people. There's a legend here that brings people that they passed here to go to the north, but there's traces of people that passed here to bring that secret to the north. There's still traces of that here, and I filmed the entrance of that place. I cleaned it up because it's an entrance because there's a river here and it goes under the town and it does not go out anywhere. It does not go out anywhere. So it goes down in caverns. Now the legend is that there's a Spanish ship inside of those caverns, and it's been built upon years and years and years and years. Remember, it's an old mining town. Here it is called the Valley of Gold. And everywhere that has had gold throughout human history, there has been a presence in humans. Now, here, pioneers, they say that they were here in the 1800s and 1900s, stuff like that. But I definitely think that something happened here way before. And there's legends of that. There's actually a fellow that came here and said that, yes, your grinder, your legend is right on point. Why? Because he showed me a coin that his father gave to him, a Spanish coin, and he is the one that told me about this Spanish ship that is inside here. So I actually film in the grate, and I would love to be part of a documentary crew that goes and films the inside here of the Valley of Gold to see if we couldn't find anything. So that might be a future project that might be coming up because that's something that's inside my head. All right, so I just hope, guys, you guys, Lunar Bear, Alyssa, you guys are the ones that are going to have to tell me this. You haven't seen me a lot. My brain has been changing a lot. Supposedly, there was something missing in my brain, and now this drug is going to give it to me, and my life should be changing a bit. All right. But I need to know if I'm as entertaining as I was before. Now, this was a serious matter. All right. And I will be gaming, but uh, I need your info on that because you guys need to be honest to say, okay, Grinder, maybe this isn't because I'm not feeling any bad side effects. But you guys need to know you guys need to let me know personality wise, Grinder, maybe you should take another strain. I don't want to get off of antidepressants, but if you guys find that this affects my personality, that is my biggest fear out of taking that medication. All right. I don't want to lose me because I don't want to lose you. You get what I'm saying? All right. So make sure to be honest. Make sure to be honest. This was a more morning style conversation. That's good to get that to take with a coffee here between friends. Hopefully warming up for a good day at work, Alyssa. All right, and Lunar Bear, a great day. Just if whatever's going on, just take it 2 minutes. Open the door where it's either in the back or in the front. Some like it in the front, some like it in the back. Anyways, just open the door and take a huge breath. And if things are not going good, just look north, look towards me. I'm gonna go take a walk outside. Okay, after this stream, I'll look south towards you guys and I'm gonna send my positive thoughts. Remember, guys, I absolutely think that our brain, we used to be able with telekinesis, we used to have all that, but we're not just trained. We don't use it anymore, but I use it. I'm going to use it with you guys today. I'm going to send some positive thoughts out to you to the south. And I know that it's not going out to millions of people. I know that all my thoughts and all my energy are going to go out to 3 people. My dad is more east south. So I'm going to send 1 thought out to him, but I'm going to send 2 thoughts out down south towards you guys. So look up north today. My thoughts will be out in the sky. Take your satellite that's still in your brain, receive my message, feel my emotions, my thoughts that I'm going to be sending to you. All right. Yeah. Okay. Getting out of the box. Okay. Honestly, before, I'm not sure you would have done this on YouTube. I did try to do this on YouTube before. It didn't get any attention. Not too much. I think I got like 60 views on it. This was a live. I'll probably make a video out of the first portion of the live, and I'll be able to cut and to show, like when I say devastation, I'll probably be working on an edit. Or I did make a sort of thesis now that is starting to develop, or not a thesis. Let's say This essay delves into the chilling hypothetical scenario, such an event, and explores the catastrophic consequences it would unleash. So I I sat down with AI and I asked lots of questions that had to do what if a 50-kilometer asteroid would hit the Earth, but would hit a 50-kilometer ice shelf. And I explained, I explained the question good and in how many points I wanted it. Now I took all of those points and I asked to develop in 1,000 words or 800 words or whatever words. And it sort of repeats itself, but it actually describes everything that we've been hearing. It's just putting more clues together. AI has just gathered information on what scientifically possibly may happen in such sort of scenario. Now putting that scenario with what happened, it's the same thing. And they're talking about everything that's happening in the atmosphere, in the oceans, the salinity in the oceans, how it changed the oceans, how it changed the landscape, uh, all of that. So it does absolutely put, I know that AI is not too credible right now, but if AI just gathers information from the web, it does add a bit of credibility. So thank you for thinking that I try to think outside the box. And I think that we all have ideas like that, is that sometimes we're shy about putting them out into the world. And I was shy about this, and 10 people came in. 3 people talked, 4 people talked. But you know what I'm saying? I put my ideas out there, even if it wasn't like Dragon's Den with millions of people watching me. I put my ideas out there, and if that can give you the courage to put your ideas, your thoughts out there, I always say it. If you're going to share something, share a bit about you. I've always been saying that, all right? I think I've always been out of the box. I just hope that it doesn't change my personality. Now, this was a more serious conversation, but I hope that I'm still, because I can stop also. I've always been going sort of good. Doctors here, they have a problem with me because here now we got assisted, medically assisted suicide, right? They got that, but they got that for people that have diseases or troubles, and they want to prevent. They don't want to be in a vegetative state, uh, because once you're there, you can't take that. You can't ask for that. So if you know something's going on, you have to ask for it now, so that once you know that things are going too badly and you don't want to be a strain on your family, you can say, okay, I'm good to go. But that has to be done in advance. And I don't know if I'm going to be 50, 60, or 70 when that happens, but I know it's going to happen. And everybody knows it's going to happen, but the doctors don't want to start that process. And I know by starting that process, it's just going to put more emphasis on my case to try and get things solved, to get me back up and running again, or just to let just to let the wave of getting old and having things that are going wrong with the body, ride that wave until it's time. But I want to have access to that. And they think that I'm depressed because of that. No, I'm depressed because of my fucking body, and it fucking hurts, and I'm tired of living like that. All right. I can't live another 20 years like that in this pain. That's why I'm trying to put my ideas out there and myself out there here on YouTube also. That's an important part, is that it's always going to be here until YouTube survives. And if things are important, things get shared and things stay through time. We don't know what is our little step for humanity. All right. So put all your thoughts out there, and maybe one of your thoughts can help humanity go, and you make your contribution to humanity. But you got to put all of your thoughts out there in order for one of them to be good. Thank you, Alyssa. And I'd really like, maybe a future, we can talk about this in the future. Definitely request it if you love this. Maybe we'll be able to gather some videos, especially the Joe Rogan conversations, right? I would like to, in the other video, I show Randall Carlson on the rock, which I think that actually comes from northern Canada. Like I said, rocks were deposited on glaciers, and those glaciers melted. It didn't take time. Kilometer wide, 10-kilometer wide glaciers came and melted, and on those were pieces of earth, right? So I definitely think that probing that, it's pieces of land from upper Canada. So I would like one day to make a link, maybe participate in what is to come. I always found archaeology also to be very interesting. I I asked, or I tried to see here what would I need to invest in order of time, in order of education to be an archaeologist. And I think it's a bit too much, but I would like to participate in digs and all that, because I think that by working with, if I'm not using my legs and I'm sitting on a side, okay, sitting on the other side, but working a tool and working how I can work, even working down, laying down if I want to or something like that. But I'd like to participate in some archaeological digs, but this is maybe my way of getting there, putting my ideas out there, and hopefully I'll be able to work on this project. And if you guys like it and there's something that you guys would like to participate in, hopefully I can get some friends in there. I do know that some of my friends, to get the resources like the four-wheelers, the trucks, maybe even the helicopters, the people with we need firearms up there, because there's bears, man. There's wildlife, and we need mosquito repellent, like tons of that shit, because there's gonna be a lot. That, honestly, when I'm thinking about this whole adventure and filming all of this, the only downside that I can think of, the only downside that people may be mad, or that even if my daughter goes there, that she might not like it, the only reason is because of damn mosquitoes. I swear to God, if they're big here, I heard about stories in the bush, man. I don't want to see that. Because look at me, man. Lots of my scars have to do with mosquitoes. I swear to God, I get a mosquito and it pops up. But yeah. All right, so maybe in the next stream we'll be able, if you guys like the subject, we are on a Tuesday, so maybe it can be Doomsday Tuesday. Oh, all right. So we can look at different scenarios or things that might have happened around the world, and take a look at specific areas in conjunction with my theory, just to put, all the dots. Okay, maybe I can spend one stream talking about one specific place, the studies that have gone out there, and just assemble all the information possible, seeing if there's anything that discredits. And hopefully with time, more and more people will come in, because right now I think we're a couple of people in here. So at least it looks like it's, at least if I'm not interesting, it's an interesting subject. It's 10 o'clock in the morning, right? And we're talking about asteroids and stuff like that. So and I'm a gaming channel, so it's not getting publicized too much by YouTube. So thank you very much. You guys are probably subscribers or friends, those of you that are watching. It has been fun talking about this. And yeah, definitely we can make this a Doomsday Tuesday. What do you guys, that's good? That's good? Because definitely, I would definitely love to talk about Egypt and what happened. Because if it's, lots of people are saying that the erosion around the Sphinx and all that, is more than 14,000 years old and all that. Look at the dates there. They're so important. And okay, I understand that people might have ripped off the site of the pyramid, but if the pyramids were so sacred, how could that have been allowed? And it was under sand through this whole time also. So there, lots of things don't match up. And one important theory that I'd like to talk about also. Yeah. Well, to have fun, discovering things should be fun. Should be fun. And, especially if I can validate sort of an idea that I have, it's fun for me, it's fun for me in some sort of way, because I was sort of right on this idea, and I feel proud. It's kind of cool. But yeah, I definitely think that the pyramids are way older. So maybe one day we'll get to talk to people like Russell Brand, right? That would be interesting. Joe Rogan, maybe it's aiming too high, but the subject is current. Lots of people are talking about that, but nobody has found exactly what happened. But I think I have. So hopefully it will at least bring people to my channel. That's what I want out of all this. Honestly, you're asking me what I want out of all this? I want growth in my channel. All right, that's it. Yeah, let's watch and talk. And now that I'm more on YouTube, I just got to get more information live stream. Can I open a video and be just like I am right now and judge that video? How much time do I have to stop the video? If I stay on, let's say I put the video in the background where you guys see this right here. would it be considered, Alyssa, maybe you can help me with that. Would it be considered, let's say I do a reaction video, right? And there's that, and I pause it here and there and I talk. Would that be okay to make a video and to be okay on live stream? Do you think that I'd be copyrighted if the algorithm or if the computer would hear that inside of my content? Would I get a copyright strike? Would that be original content? Is that the name? Oh, I know I love to game, all right? I love to game, but recently everything that's happened with Call of Duty, just and everything that's happened with my life, everything happens for a reason. You know what I'm saying? There's a reason why everything's happening there. Everything is giving me the chance to reorganize, to think, to plan ahead, and to know which way I want to go. It's a reaction vid. Yeah, reaction videos, but on live streaming, I don't know. Do I have to be bigger? Do I have to take more place on the screen here? Okay, no. Yeah, it is right along the path of what I'd like to do. Okay. And I have to talk through all of that because I tried just listening. Well, on Twitch, I presented you guys to a song and I just listened to it. And I was like that, right? And I got a sort of copyright strike. It was just muted. It was just muted. So so I don't want any strikes on my channel. But yeah, definitely. And that's where you guys come in, right? I need your suggestions on videos, right? Which videos to watch, because the worst thing about making reaction videos is when it's not authentic. When I've seen it before, and I don't want that. So that's why I'm open to your suggestions, things that you guys find funny, cute videos, or try not to cry, or, you know, try not to laugh and fart. That must be a good video right there. If you can hold in your poop, subscribe. Yeah, I think that all the things that have happened with the internet just gave me a chance. Some people might have seen that like I'm going, but I'm talking about my social worker, because I just ended. It was the end of her contract, and she just said she couldn't do nothing else. She gave me 2 tricks. She said, take more walks with your dog, go outside for 15 minutes, and write things down. Well, I say I've been asked to do that my whole life, and I've never been able to write things down besides the ideas that I have for my adventures. Those are the only things that I write down, and little things for stream here. She gave me all these papers, man. It's maybe it works for some people, but for some people it doesn't. And so we just parted ways, right? I parted ways with her recently, but there was like maximum 6 visits, and that was that 5th visit. So we were about to end things anyways. We're at the limit. But I got more things engaged with other people, so don't worry about that. I'm still going to be followed if you want. It's important for me to have a good state of mind, but a good state of mind, there's the thing that I want answers so badly is that, do I have to live with what's going on, or can I work through it? Right? And for right now, I'm working through it. All right? For right now, I'm working through it. And I know that there is help out there. It's just that if I don't get access to that help, I'm going to do what I got to do, then go where I got to go. You know what I'm saying? So if there's things for me, cures or whatever to help me along the way, I wish so, but I just want to get that chance. I just want to get that fucking chance to get looked at properly. I've been on the waiting list for a doctor here for 3.5 years. I used to have one. Yeah, but things were not going good with him. He was this old guy. People think he has Asperger's disease. It was really special. I had to go and see him with my social workers, and my social workers would get so pissed off and take care of him. Oh, I swear to God. So I had to leave him for my mental health and probably for my safety and for his safety. Everybody asked that I leave him. And after that, I went back on the waiting list for just another doctor. I've seen many doctors and they say I'm full of patience. I take you, but I'm full. But I know that people are saying they'd take me. So just once I get another doctor, I know that I'll be able to work on shit. So if I get the opportunity to work on shit, guys, I make you a promise I'm going to work on shit. But if I see that there's no help, I'm not going to go through this another 20 years, guys. All right. So I got to give what I got to give right now. I got to give my ideas out into the world. I got to share myself to you guys. Right? I got to put all my ideas out there because also you never know what can happen. Right? You never know what can happen. You know, I'm being looked at for lots of reasons, but you never know. Me or anybody can just die of a stroke just like that, man. So when they say try to put the best as you can, I don't know. I have no interest besides what the things that I'm talking to you guys about. All right. And I try to look at my life. I don't play hockey anymore. I don't do this. I've done a lot of shit. I can talk to you guys about the shit that I've done. But what are my interests now? Man, I had to think about that a lot. And today was a great motivation for me. Okay, it's a stream of 3 hours and 17 minutes. But if people don't know me, you're going to get to know my personality a bit. I've lived a lot of my life. I worked in security for a while. You know, I had a tough life, a rough and tough life. I ain't afraid to say it. I ain't afraid to talk about it. I try to be 100% the best that I can. Honestly, I don't want anything coming nipping me in the butt in the future. And I would just want to be I just want everyone to be as open, but as open to receiving. Not only open to sharing yourselves, guys, but open to receiving other people in your life, because we're just gonna get more and more friends here, especially with this new integration here that I'm in the screen. Ooh, magic. Let's just change the image here before I go. Let's just have fun with this before the end of the show. What else can I put as okay? This was the thumbnail for the live. Smoking gun found. 12,000 BC impact found. Presented by Grinder. Excuse me. I hope you didn't hear that. Oh, yeah, things can only get better. I really had to think about myself a lot. And I swear to God, when I take a look at my connection and I see it's at 4, all right, I can't play. I can't play like Fortnite with the guys, but even there, sometimes I see it goes yellow, sometimes red. But you guys stream, you know, it takes a minimum of like 4,000 kilobytes per second. So that's 4 gigs, basically 4 Gs minimum just to stream. And that's 720. Like there's a minimum. So you guys know that number. So when I do a speed check and I'm at 4.69 or 4.61 or 3.7 or 5, even at 5, I can't stream because I know it's going to go back to 4 and 3. So that's what I've been living. My counselor thought that that's what was causing my depression. No, it's been depressing me for years and years and years on my fucking back. And if you can't get that through your skull, well, you can't do anything more for me. She thought that it was because I didn't have internet that I was feeling worse than the last time she saw me. No, my medication has been changed. That's why I'm different. I'm trying to adjust to all that. But in the meantime, I'm thinking about my life. I'm thinking about my future. I'm thinking about how I want to bump up the quality of what I'm doing in my life here, what I'm doing with you guys. Because streaming, I love it so much, and not being able to stream makes me feel so bad. But I cannot stream if I'm not concentrated and locked in. And not having internet just gave me this motivation to lock me in on what I want to do. I want to talk to you guys. I want to be entertaining. I want to have fun on different subjects. And even if it means not making Call of Duty content, just making some here and there, but making different sort of content, I don't mind. If it has to take me 10 years to get to 500, I'll do it. But I don't think it's going to take me that much time. Hopefully, if you're watching this video through time, please subscribe. I don't think I even asked that once during this whole live. But if you like what you're seeing, or at least to say thanks for the information that I've gotten out there, if it was helpful in some sort of way, either to my theory is good or it's not, at least it eliminates something off the board, and hopefully that helps humanity just a bit to know what happened here. So just for that, hopefully you'll drop a little subscribe. But on that note, guys, I'm gonna go for my coffee to my organism here. I need to go there. I just need to grab a hot coffee, take my daily walk. Also, that's important. Doctor's orders. Last doctor, she ordered me to walk 1 hour plus 1 hour with my dog. Listen, I'm starting with 15 minutes with my dog every day. We did it this morning. All right, he's okay. I did it before the stream. That's why we were a little late. He needed to poop. So I needed to do that just before I started to put out the news about the scoop, about the what was going on. Tried to rhyme poop and scoop. You know what I'm saying? Okay. That's going to be it for me. Serious grinder in the morning. I've been up all night. No. I slept a lot. And then once I gathered all my thoughts, my energy, I prepared everything. Then I went on. The first hour of the stream was kind of cool. If ever you want to check that out, well, go on ahead. And if you haven't seen my latest video, I play against Tom Cruise. It is up to 78. I feel kind of proud. My only video that's been that high lately is my 20 something kill in on Ashika Island, which was at 99 or something like that. So yeah, I feel proud about that. When I saw it going up the last couple of days, I'm like, damn, all right, thanks man. Even if it wasn't, it's still under 100, but it made me feel motivated once again. You know, come on back, grinder. So I know that in the morning, going around noon, the connection starts to drop. So I can't guarantee anything for this afternoon. I like to be on. I can play only up, veiled experts. I can play a lot of things, and having me inside here really changes a lot of things here. So should you guys see the mic? Does it blur it out or what's going on? Okay, so if I place it close to myself here, it shows the microphone. Okay. So it's just cool not to see the arm, which is right here. See? Woo! The arm is going right there, so it's blocking it out. That's cool to see. I'm going to be shaving also. Just more and more, Alyssa. It's something more or less like the same job that you started, this little transition period. I think it's what I just went through. We always need these little moments in our lives when we need to reorganize ourselves. And I'm happy to say that I'm able to do it. Sometimes other people might not get exactly what's going in our own heads. It's impossible for me to transmit to you everything that's going on, but hopefully I was able to talk to you a bit about the things that have been going on in my life. And the reasons why I haven't been streaming as much, especially when I'm not on Twitch anymore, not putting too much time in that, but you know, I have been on here and there. In some lives, I did come in for, let's say, an hour or two on YouTube, and when the connection got bad, I had to go off, but I took those off. If it's not a live stream that's interesting, like a full live stream like this one, I won't really keep them on for the future. But this one here is going to stay there. So this is Grinder. I'm going to say good day to y'all. Oh, there goes my microphone. I like to say good day to y'all, to my friends, Lunar Bear, Alyssa. All right, Daniel, that came in. Also, everybody, I'd like to wish you guys a great day. And if everything's good, if everything is good, I should be on either later today or either later tonight. I'm still on my first coffees here, so I should be good for the rest of the day. I really want to be here with you guys, all right? I feel much better. I feel much more oriented, you know, and I did talk about this morning. Hopefully it's going to gain a bit of traction, but do you guys think I should make a video with booms and sound effects and stuff like that? Or just edit the live version where I explain it and I use Google Earth and I talk just like... I would need your opinion on that just before I go, guys. I would love to have your opinion on that. Do you think that I should make a video with lots of graphics and lots of things, or just the video edited, cut like that? I don't know how I can make it flashy. That's the thing. I would have to pass all its information off to a good editor, man. A video that could make impact would get the word out like that, but I don't know if this live stream is going to get that much information. So that much traction. So that's why I need to make a video But then I'm a gaming channel, right? So I was thinking about Grindr's second channel, changing the name, taking down the videos and putting the video there. But I just want to get my ideas out there, guys. I know this is a good one. I can feel it. I hope you guys can feel it too. So this is Grindr. Simple edits. Okay. Don't want it too flashy. Yeah, because there's two sorts of crowd. People that don't mind listening and people that like the action. And I think I want the attention of people that are listeners. Shooter just farted. He's in the washroom way down there. He just farted and I just smelled it. I really got to keep an eye on him, guys. He's with temperatures like that. Yeah, it affects him. So I got to watch out. So I'm going to do all my things. I'm going to make him go outside, grab a little bit of some fresh air here. I will send some thoughts out to you guys. Like I said, make sure to take a look to the north. My thoughts will be there, just waiting for you to grab them out there. All right. Sending in especially to you. This is Grindr. Little reminder that I'll be here a little later. I love you guys. And I'm going to stop it right now. Just like click, boom, shakalak. I'm going to cut it right now. You'll see. Oh, I'm able to stop it. It takes time for me to wind down. You know what I'm saying? It's been a good one. It's been fun. All right. I'll see you guys. I love live streaming. That's why I can't stop. I make some 24 hours here and there. Hopefully my my YouTube will just keep on growing and growing. Take care, Alyssa. Thank you very much for coming in. And what I also love, you know, now sometimes when I'd stream, I'd say I have just enough for my stream. I can't open an extra page. Now, when my friends are streaming, I will be able to have you open and to watch you on my other screen here. I'll be able to watch you. I'll have way than enough speeds here. So that is just another huge, because you guys are supporting me, but how am I supporting you? Like, I feel really ashamed about that, guys. I have to tell you that when you guys were streaming, I was not always there. But that is something also that I know I'm conscious about that, but things are changing. Things are changing in a good way, and I'll be able to be more there with you, participate more. My sound bar broke there, so I need to find two sound systems. One for this computer, either... because I can't hear out of this computer, and this computer here, I only got my headphones now. So, yeah, equipment-wise, that's what I got to reorganize here. But I really want to be able to hear you guys also. But I'll be able to do it. I'll be able to do it from now on. So hopefully Grindr will be able to support you as much as you guys support me. I want to be able to watch you, to listen to you, to interact with you as I have never before. You know what I'm saying? I've always felt guilty for that. And I've always tried to mention, I'm sorry, I can't open your page. I don't have enough internet. And now I don't even want to make a speed test because it's going to slow down the stream. I swear to God. Just making a speed test. All right. So take care, everybody. Have a great day. You guys are seeing me in double the trouble. That was a good picture. That was a good picture. So that's what's going to be on the thumbnail of the live. So hopefully it's going to grab the attention of the people and make them swing on by. Yeah, all right. So I'll make a simple edit of that probably tonight after the stream. You know, I always do my editing after. Big changes. Just getting better. Trying to get better, man. I'm tired of getting worse. I'm tired of getting worse. You guys are great friends. Alyssa, Lunenberry, you guys are great friends. And if it can validate yourself as people, either you're a Christian or not, if you can't feel right now a little rise in self-esteem for helping a guy out, helping either like giving a quarter to a bum or saying thank you to somebody, that feel good feeling that you can get, I hope that you guys can feel that right now. All right, because I'm definitely feeling it. And that's how I know that we're friends. That's how I know that we're friends, is that when we're able to communicate, or at least I'm feeling some vibes. I don't know if it's from you guys. My nose itches. Somebody's thinking about me. Or does that mean somebody wants to kiss me? Anyways, it means something. No, I'm making friends, and definitely, like I said, Alyssa, I'm not asking for much. I'm asking to be able to have a revenue of $1,500 a month. That's going to be enough for me to pay and to wait about 6 months to get my passport and to get enough money to go to Vegas to accumulate enough money. 1,500. Now, when we're speaking about being a content creator, only 2% of content creators get per, or let's say 25 per, only 25% can actually make it on YouTube. I think that their expectations are really high. I think that the low amount that I'm looking for is achievable, and I think I can get there also with the hoodie. With this live, all right, if you don't know what the hoodie is and you're watching this live and what is this hoodie deal, well, come and see me and I'll make sure to talk to you about that. But I want to make sure to have ways to fund myself, and I'm not asking for too much. I'm just asking for what is due for me out of life. We're all connected. Mathematically, everything has already happened. And if we're talking about different universes, everything is happening. And I want this to happen to me. I don't want to find the riches of somebody else. I want to be able to find my riches in life. And riches have nothing to do with money. Of course, I'd like to find comfort, but I'd like to find richness in my heart. All right? Because that's where my emotions stand. That's where our friendships stand. It's all in the heart, baby. It's all in the heart. So with this heart of mine, I will say, see you soon. I'll see you guys soon. I'll make sure to stream anytime that I can now that my head is more oriented. It's still going to be sporadic here because it's internet dependent. But starting the 3 locked in, I got days that are programmed of ideas of videos and things that I can do. I'm going to be playing a lot more solos on Warzone. It's going to give me the chance to talk to you guys, because when I play, I'm going to be playing with my friends when they're on, but when they're not on, I'm going to take the chance to go and try something on YouTube that is of the moment. All right. So I want to make these artistic videos. So I make a couple of YouTube videos of a couple of gaming videos, then I do an artistic video, kind of like Johnny Depp does. You make a couple of money makers, then you do your artistic. I'd like to do that. And yes, I'd like to transfer and to do keep on building. Hopefully more and more people will get used to this face. Hopefully it will not be that much of a disgrace, but hopefully it will lead to somewhere. And like to one day be in cinema or filming. I'm honest about that. Either in front or in back of the camera. I can do it all. I can learn it all. It's what I've been doing it. And I'm not sure to show it. Well, you had big changes going on also. I'm honest about you guys. I've been missing you a lot, and you guys are a great motivation for me to not stop. When I said the compliments that you gave to me, I had in there, and I keep it. I keep it for occasions where I'm stumbling and I'm trying to figure myself. What am I going to do? It was an excellent moment to figure out what I'm doing, because I'm not going to be doing nothing. So I got to be doing something. It's not on paper. Well, lots of it was my notes are on paper. Notes. I don't write books. I write notes. But it took my medals here of the compliments and the friendships that I have with you guys, with the things that you said, the compliments that you've given to me, to go through and to plan better, right? To make good quality. Always, when you're on YouTube, always make a thumbnail. It takes a couple of seconds. Now I got my technology here is always on so that I'm in the screen. So it takes good thumbnails. So it automatically, and I can take that and transfer it and put it in AI and put this cartoon, and that just put that, so I got lots of ideas, more professionalism. All right. I do want to grow my brand, my idea, my friendships. So I need to be more on point. So that's everything that I got to figure out. And this morning was just like, okay, no, I'm just going to fucking do it. I just wanted to talk about the first part I recorded, so I'll be able to make an interesting video. Besides that, it's going to be a 3.5 hour live stream that people are going to be able to watch. The last half talking about my friendships with my friends here, or the last half an hour, more or less, talking about my friendships here with my friends and how it is important, how you got to take time for that. So hopefully in this live, it just demonstrates that you need to take time for that. So thank everybody for being there. Alyssa, You know, I'm excited because you're excited. So you're excited because I'm excited because you're excited. And so we're gonna transfer that energy, and it's gonna build up to a wonderful, fantastic day. Lunar Bear, Daniel, Pix, Per XP, and everybody that might have came in. Thank you very much, and everybody that is watching this. Thank you very much if you're up here till the end. So this is Grinder. I'd like to wish you a great day. Bye bye.